And a big thank you once again to all of our supporters over at patreon.com/878survivorfm. All of our production managers, Shane Murphy, Tank Dazza, Hawks Hammer, Ebbet Daddy, and Cinnamon. Our producer, the one and only Red Freedom. And also a big shout out to all of our growing YouTube members at youtube.com/878survivorfm. Kenny Baker, King Alobar, Cinnamon, Jake is Zero Cool, Raymond Normoyle, Marcin P2, Matt Z, Darkwing, Michael, Melbourne's Adventures, Petawetty, and The Greedy Peasant. All of you are legends who help the show go on each and every week. Thank you all for your support, even just by watching or listening each week to the podcast or the spotlight. We hope you enjoy this week's show. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can they hear me now?
They can hear you.
All right, you guys listen up. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm back, dude. Like I said, wait, does this work? Yeah, I just kind of periodically take breaks, but I always come back, I think what I do is I start out, I come back, I go hard, I go 110%, and then I just fucking burn myself out, bro. And I don't even want to, turn DayZ on. So I gotta.
Look, that's always a hard part, mate. DayZ is probably one of the hardest games to create content for. Whether you're making a scripted video or whether you're making live content, it is a fucking hard game because it's. And he's gone. What happened then?
Are you? All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What happened then? I'm talking and
I have no. I'm literally just sitting here listening, and Discord just crashes, dude.
Wow.
Hey, listen. Go ahead. Carry on, please. I'm not going to touch. Hang on. Let me try to start this camera. Let's see if this works.
Hey, there we go. Jesus Christ, mate. Wild man from Borneo. Look at you.
You like that shit, mate? Look at me, mate. I've been out in fucking Queensland, mate. But I've been down there with a paintball gun shooting fucking roos, cunt.
No, we don't like people to know, but we actually are allowed to own guns in Australia, mate. Just they restrict the sort of guns you can have, and you have.
Well, I wouldn't shoot a roo with a real gun, mate. I don't know what kind of bloke you think I am.
Mate, it's a national pastime here for hunters.
To hunt roo?
Yeah. I think I saw a joke about Australians where the only country in the world that eats the animals on its national emblem. We eat both emu and kangaroo.
Yeah, eagle would probably taste like shit. You know, another funny thing about eagles is they don't sound like they sound in the movies. That's a hawk. That's a red-tailed hawk doing that.
Yeah.
Eagles sound like seagulls. Right? Like they literally sound like seagulls. It's like I'm 32 years old, and DOJ showed me that like a year ago.
Yep.
And it broke my fucking heart.
Wow.
You know, Benjamin Franklin wanted our national animal to be a turkey.
Really?
Yeah. Could you imagine how stupid that would look?
Yeah.
Almost as worse as a kangaroo, bro.
Oh no, I was about to say that's even stupider than a kiwi.
Yeah, I like it, dude.
Oh, shots fired.
Don't talk about us like that, bro. Don't talk about us like that, bro.
But yes, mate.
Come over there.
So what was the main reason for you coming back?
Okay. I left the military January of this year. It's a very, very difficult transition.
Thank you for your service.
From 10 years of service.
It is
to civilian life, man, and like they transition you.
Did you join straight out of school into the military?
Man, I got thrown out of high school. Traveled the country with my brother from 16 to 19, and then met some friends. Had like an epiphany one day, and just decided I don't want to be 65 years old working at a fast food place. I wanted retirement. The military used to give you a pension after 20 years here. They stopped doing it, but when I came in, they did. So I just didn't want. I saw how my grandparents lived, on Social Security, which is $700 every 2 weeks. You can't live on that; it's dog shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've got to do something. So I went to the service. And I was selected for submarine service in the Navy. Not because I'm special, but because I'm a fucking manlet. I'm 5'7".
And because you like
So
being in a long cylindrical tube full of semen.
yeah, but all that gay shit they always talk, it's a myth. They none of them want a relationship. They just want to play with your heart and get back to But yeah,
I tweeted out before. I said, "You want to get in for this one because I'm certain it's going to be a wild interview."
yeah, my lights are all screwed up, dude. Look, I look like fucking Darth Vader, Darth Ginger. Look at me. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no,
But
no.
yeah,
But so yeah,
so transitioned back into civilian life. It was rough. The stream was there, and I already have like a community. And I miss the people, like the streamer community. That there's a handful of streamers I like. I miss my audience, my community. When I'm not there. By the way, I got my wife a cat, so if it starts meowing, I'll put it in the microwave. Just let me know if it picks up on the mic. But so yeah, fucking streamed till from January to March. And then my wife was like, "Hey man, you're not making any money. You need to get a real job." So I got certified in the military when I was bored as a chef. I'm a 2-star Michelin chef. I don't know if a lot of people don't know that, right? So I went and got a job at this restaurant. It's really fancy ass bougie restaurant. And I fucking hated it, dude. I was working like 10 hours a day. I hated life. I still wasn't making decent money. Thankfully I have disability from the VA and shit. But I was just like, this is so unfulfilling. I'm getting, I'm coming home just pissed off. I feel like I live there,
yeah.
and it's a thankless job being a cook, a chef, a veg
So hang
prep
about.
guy.
I've got to ask you, how do you become a 2-star Michelin chef? I thought you had to get reviewed by a Michelin board or something for that.
So the certification levels that I did, I'm certified at that level, right? Does that
Okay.
make sense? So I never had my own restaurant. I do have a signature dish and all that stuff. I just hate fucking cooking for people because you're not cooking for your palate, you're cooking for their palate. And people around here, especially I'm in North Florida, these like rich, waspy old people, like not like I'm talking like 70, 80 years old. They can't taste anyway, but they send it, they're really picky. Um, but long story boring, got sick of that. And then like 2 weeks ago, I was driving home. I was just miserable. And I mean, the chefs that at the other restaurants around here are making 80 grand a year. I wasn't making anything. And I said, when I quit streaming, that was my happiness, my content creation, coming and hanging out with my buddies and being on the DayZ podcast and being part of the community. That made me happy. It fulfilled me. So I was trying to come up with the argument that I was going to have with my wife, telling her that I was going to quit. And I came in the house and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. I had a rough day." And she goes, "Well, you're not making any money and you're miserable. You might as well just quit and start streaming again." And I was like, "Holy shit. I didn't even have to have the argument." So that was how I came back. And I have all these videos loaded up, like ready to put out. But I just haven't done the voiceovers and stuff because I just couldn't get motivated. I somebody put this is what really killed me. I put a post in my YouTube community tab saying, "Hey, I know I'm behind, but I'm going to get these videos out." And then somebody posted and said, "Bro, there's so many other people doing videos. Just give up. Just give up. You're so far behind. It's kind of cringe." And I was like, "Is it cringe, bro? Like that I'm still making guys?" And I kind of just slept on that. And then I went in Discord and I was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, "Bro, you get hundreds of thousands of views on your YouTube guides." Like, and you get paid. Why the fuck? How could it be cringe? Why would you quit doing that? You have a guaranteed, you know, like method of income here. If I had monetization on my YouTube channel, I would be making videos every fucking day. And I was like, dude, that's what I needed to hear. So, and that all happened in the last 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
I'm back.
So when can we expect a guide video? Because there's a lot of people and they do some great videos, but for me personally, yours have always been the creme de la creme, mate. Yours are just, I love the comedy. The same thing I love about Wobo's videos. There's a lot of people who are doing what Wobo does. He's not a lot because he goes right into detail, but he does his 30 tips and all the rest of it, and others do it. But Wobo's for me are always going to be special, not only because he's an OG of DayZ, but because he puts that Wobo humor into it. His dirty, crude jokes and things like that. And yours are the same, mate. I've genuinely spat out a mouthful of coffee or something watching one of your guides when you put in a bit of Archie humor.
Yeah, I like to sneak them in there. Wobo also was like the first one that had any production value behind it. It wasn't just like a guy talking on a $9 cell phone mic, you know. this is how you build a bit. He actually had production value. They're timeless. They're evergreen videos, is what I call them. You can go back and watch his videos from 6 years ago on how to read Cyrillic. And it's still helpful. So and I like when he makes guides. I was just telling my buddies the other day, I was like, I'm so happy Wobo puts out a guide because I used to have to dig through game files for 3 or 4 hours, and now I can just watch his 3 or 4 minute video and I know everything I would have had to find out myself. You know, because no one was doing it. Once he left, there was this huge
Yeah,
gap.
yeah, no one.
Because
That
his
shocked
mother
me.
got sick, and
That shocked
yeah,
me,
I was
mate.
just
That no one stepped
yeah,
in to fill the science guy
yeah.
gap. Maybe there
Well, I
was, and
don't
I just
go.
weren't aware of him.
Yeah,
But
no, I wasn't either. No offense to anyone that's that person. I just like he goes so into detail on things, and I just can't. The way I do it, I try to keep it simple. I want someone to come in. How do I build a fire? This is how you build a fire. You know what I mean? How do I go fishing? This is how you go fishing. I want it so layman that that 13-year-old watching it understands it. And some people say my guides are too simple. Some people say they're complicated. I don't know. I always try to make them, you know, for everyone, every intelligence level, I guess. So but yeah, no, it's I appreciate you saying that they're good because I put a lot of production quality into them. I mean,
mhm.
a 5 minute video takes me all week to make, and that's me spending 2 or 3 hours after I get done off of work or off of the stream now. Um, and so I appreciate you saying that. I'm glad someone takes notice.
No, I love your videos, mate, and I seriously cannot wait until you do your next one. Have you got one that you've already started?
Yeah, I'm already done with one. I just need to do the voiceover because every time I start doing the voiceover, I get pissed off, and I don't want to like speed bag my microphone because it was $300. So I
Yep.
just take a break because I have this whole thing where I'll go on Google Docs on my phone and I'll hit the microphone and I'll just save the script, right? And then I'll go in and edit it, partition it out, raise the font up so that I can read it because I hit record, it counts me down, I start reading it. But I use Premiere Pro and the program always, even though I spend $50 a month on it, the program always fucks up somehow. And like I had the entire video voiced over the one I have coming out, and it it crashed and I lost everything. And I was like, I'm
Oh,
not doing that again. So I need to do it tonight, but I've been playing on this new server on DayZ, the Struggle Bus. It's new to me. It's actually like an authentic vanilla experience. And that's what I like. I'm a purist.
yep.
So I can't, I've got to discipline myself, and I'll sit and tell myself, you're not going to fucking play DayZ tonight. You're going to make that voiceover and get that video out. And then I end up on DayZ. And I say the boys talk me into it, but really it's like, hey, you want to play? And I'm like, I shouldn't, but yeah.
I
So
love that comment. Archie looks like he's being played DayZ for 4 weeks straight. You do, mate. You look like
yeah,
you've done
bro.
them. Yeah.
It's not even, and I don't have my lights on in here, dude. This is just the regular light above my head. I usually have my light bars and stuff, but I
Yep.
just quit using I stopped using the webcam. So it's like, I've got fatter too, man. But you know what's funny is I'm like unkept, and I've gained like 5 pounds a month since I left the service, and people like women approach me more now than ever. I feel unattractive as fuck, but it's like I guess my wife says I'm less intimidating. So because I don't have the smart haircut and you know the slim waist, they
Now
think,
we're
oh,
going to
this
go.
guy won't reject me.
We're going to go back. We're going to find out a little bit about Archie, mate. So you're obviously married. You got kids.
I have one, yeah,
Any more planned
official,
or?
official. Not unless the child support office calls me now. Probably got a couple up in Chicago somewhere.
Yep. So, how did you get into gaming? When did you start gaming?
Bro, you ever heard of Diablo 2?
Stay
My
a
mother,
while and listen.
yeah, Deckard Cain. My my mother played that game religiously, and you would not look at my mother and picture a gamer because she's
Yep.
a gorgeous woman, right? She's a cosmetologist, whatever. She was in the military for 12 years, but she played Diablo, and I used to sit and watch her play it when I was a kid, and just how competitive she was at it. And I couldn't understand how she built her skill trees and stuff. It was so overwhelming to me. And I would sneak when she wasn't home, and I had this secret account on there that she didn't know about. And I would play it, and I named my character Maximus after the gladiator. And I played the hell out of Diablo. Didn't understand a lick of it, but I got addicted, and I would sneak and play Half Life. I downloaded Half Life. I downloaded this game called Heretic. I just started sneaking, and because my mother was really strict about video games online because people are dickheads, especially the kids. And back then, it was like the Wild West. If you were a squeaker, you were abused. So started downloading any game I could find. Then I discovered LimeWire and figured out you didn't have to pay for them when I was like 12, and just built my portfolio, I guess you would call it. And I played every classic, but I've always been into zombie shit. So when I discovered DayZ, it was like that scene in The Godfather where Michael Corleone sees Apollonia for the first time and he gets struck by the thunderbolt of love or whatever. That was DayZ for me, man. I don't know. It was like I was nostalgic for something I'd never experienced before. That sounds really romantic, doesn't it? Did Boydie have a fucking stroke? Oh, there he is.
No,
hey, what's up, dude?
I just dropped something on the floor and I can't fucking find it for the life of me.
Yeah, it's your jaw, baby. Look at these fucking curls for the girls. How's everybody doing? I can't see the chat. How's everybody doing?
Everyone is doing fine, mate.
Don't make it awkward, chat. Don't make it awkward. Did you get it, bro?
No. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Behind me the whole time. Oh, no, Diablo is an amazing game. I remember, that's why when you said it, it was, Decker Kane. Stay a while and listen.
I just was talking about this on the stream a couple days ago. I said, man, Deckard Cain sounds like Bane from Bane. When I watched Batman, I was like, dude, he's doing like a Deckard Cain impression. And then someone goes, oh yeah, in Arkham Knights, the same voice actor did it. Yeah. Like, hey, that's interesting.
I did not know that. I started with the original Diablo, and I still remembered it was just one of the most amazing games. But I was right into all of the Dungeons and Dragons and that sort of stuff when I was younger, and Diablo was just awesome, absolutely awesome. Everyone on YouTube, you're welcome to enter the raffle. It should work on Twitch as well, but I think something's broken. Sometimes Streamlabs OBS plays silly buggers with me, but just type in exclamation mark raffle and
I can't get my fucking chat timers to work. Ever since I came back, I'm having technical difficulties I never had. Maybe I'm just like turning into a boomer. I heard when you turn 30, your brain crystallizes. Maybe that's what's going
on. Thank you for the resub there, King Alobar. And I think someone else subbed before the stream, but I haven't got it in my notification. So thank you. Or became a member on YouTube. But thank you all so much, folks. PC gaming. When did you start?
That was it, man. Just started sneaking and playing it when my mom wasn't playing, when she was at work and stuff. She didn't like me playing online games, like I said, because everybody was assholes.
Crazy.
And then Team Fortress Classic. Half-Life was like my first. That was the first game I completed. I was about 11 years old, so this was like 2001, and I remember playing through Half-Life and just how fucking immersive and awesome the storyline was. Like, I really cared if I got to the Lambda team or not. And every time a scientist died, I was like, I loved it. I loved everything about it. And Gordon Freeman was a nerd, and he was like a badass nerd, That was just cool to me. And then everything after Half-Life, Blue Shift, Opposing Force, Team Fortress, all the Valve games. That whole window of releases, that's what really got me into it. Other than Diablo 2, that was my first competitive experience online.
Yep. DayZ. When did you start playing that, buddy? When did you start playing DayZ?
So I saw this guy. I didn't have a computer or anything. Like I said, I was homeless from 16 to 19, but I was watching this guy named Normal Difficulty. Excuse me, I just turned 32 in July. I look good, don't I?
You do, mate. You do.
No, Normal Difficulty. It was a YouTuber. I actually just posted one of his videos. He put out a new video, which was awesome. But this was like 12 years ago, man. He posted a video on YouTube about the mod, and I was.
Who was it?
Who's
the YouTuber?
Normal Difficulty.
Never heard
That's
of
his name.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like the original DayZ troll before Daniel from Second Life and all of that.
Yep.
But I saw that it just popped up in my feed, and I was like, that looks like Arma. I used to play Operation Flashpoint when I was younger. So I clicked it and watched it, and I was just enamored, man, with like that charm of DayZ. You know what I mean? The old mod days, you can run around to sandbox, you can do whatever you want. and he was like trolling his buddy, taking his blood and breaking his legs and shit. It was awesome. I was like, you can do whatever. This is like my psychopathic fantasies. I can exercise them. You know what I mean? I think that's why most of us play the game anyway.
Yep.
And then I fucking got a laptop. I bought a laptop for $200 off my buddy. It was so shitty, I had to put it on an upside down Pepsi flat crate so that it could breathe. And I was just sitting there playing it, man. I was playing days getting wrecked because I had to run the graphics on poor,
Yep.
you know? And I remember just being lost and having no idea where I was ever. And I would get killed by, you just hear a snap and you were dead. And it was terrifying, Like I remember one time I got in a gunfight. It wasn't really a gunfight. It was I just blasted without even looking and ran while the guy was shooting at me. I had to get off the game and take a shower, and I was like shaking because the adrenaline was so real. So, and I was just addicted after that, man. I saved up a bunch of money, built a PC, started playing it every single day. I mean, I've played it at least 4 times a week. If I wasn't on deployment or otherwise away from home, I played it daily for 10 years. So.
And when did you start first making content, mate?
I started some little crappy videos that I thought were amazing, probably about 2017. Like some little funny videos where I would dress up. I would go to Cami Shovo and dress up as a fucking cop, and anybody who was running in the rain, I would try to stop them and give them a ticket and beat them up and stuff.
I'm guessing you were heavily influenced by normal difficulty. Then you like doing the trolling.
Well, he kind of fell off DayZ, way before that. But it was just fun to me to fuck with people because a lot of times they would laugh about it, and I could just be me, but on the game, I could have my, my jokey personality, whatever. And I was trying to have a good time and transfer that good time onto other people. Of course, you like when people get salty too. Everybody likes to grief every now and then. But
where are these videos, mate?
I got rid of them, man. That shit is cringe fest, man. If I actually,
no,
dude, they're so bad. My voice is like this in every video. I sound like fucking Kermit the Frog and shit.
Did you delete them or have you just hidden them?
I can neither confirm or deny the existence of these videos, man. You know what I might do? I'll private link them to you if I can find them.
Put one unlisted. Your very first ever video, just as a special treat for anyone who watches this. You can send me a message with the link to it, and I'll add it to the description of the video.
I don't even know if they're still on there, bro. I think I deleted them all, to be honest. I might have them on a hard drive, but I'll find it for you if I can, and I'll send them to you. Yeah.
Because I'm actually in the process of moving all of my original content because the 87.8 channel that I'm on now originally started as my own personal channel.
I remember,
and then I switched it over because I just enjoyed doing the podcast, and it's kind of becoming a bigger thing than I could ever do. So I'm actually in the process of moving all of my old original content to a new channel. But I've left everything up, mate. Every video I've done, even the ones I'm not proud of, the ones
everybody says that
I got called out, and I'm leaving them all there because I go back. I wear my own merch. I watch my own videos because I like to go back and I started watching my interaction series. And it was just great seeing all those old memories. So I hope to God you haven't deleted them, mate, because for so many of us, you have a cult following, mate. You're one of the reasons I love you so much is you like me, mate. You piss people off. And
we're handsome.
But you're fucking dead sexy. But you're not a mean person, mate. You're just a dude who just says it as it is. Sometimes
that's the thing, man. People have to understand that, like, when you're a content creator, you're fucking playing a character, man. And it's not. You have to separate that. Some people don't. Some people are just their lame ass self on the stream all day, and whatever. But I was going on, especially on Twitch, man. I was playing a character, bro. I wasn't an asshole, a dickhead. I was trying to spoof other streamers that took themselves way too fucking seriously. And then people people with certain personalities, half the people that would come in the stream, they're looking for a reason to not like you. And the other half are coming in and looking for a reason to like you, right? Why would I stay? Why would I leave? If that makes sense.
Where's Toxic Soup?
All of those are privated, sir.
Why?
I don't want my face on the internet anymore, bro. I know it sounds weird. Like I wasn't even gonna do the webcam thing. I'm just kind of like kicking back and doing that faceless streamer thing, the mystery. I'll send them to you private though. You want me to list them so you can watch them?
I'm devastated, mate, because they're up there with Fubar Bundy for fucking content for me. Your
Yeah,
your
yeah.
griefing videos are some of the that no, you've got to put them back up, mate. Your face
I'll
is
put them
already
up,
out there.
man.
Your image is
Yeah,
already out there, mate. Put
yeah.
guys in chat. Come on, fucking tag this prick on fucking Twitter on everything you can. Those videos are timeless fucking classics, mate. They
Yeah.
need to be up there. I fucking
Well, you
love
know why I
your
took them
griefing
down, man?
videos.
I'll be honest with you, man. It was the amount of people that disliked them
Oh,
because,
they can go
well,
fuck
I'll tell you,
themselves.
I agree, but I'll tell you why is because they watch my guides and I'm like, it's like, you know, retro wave, vapor wave music. It's good. It's chill. My voice is chill. I sound like a really happy guy. I throw the little snidey jokes in there and stuff. And then they get an opinion of me, right? And then then they go watch my trolling videos and they're like, this guy's a fucking dick. Because it's new people who don't understand the game and it just looks like me bullying people, you know? And I had so many comments like, why do you do this? Why are you bullying people?
Look,
And I was just like,
I would not be worried about that. Like I've even seen the Running Man cop shit when he does a trolling act on someone. Like there was that guy he killed with a landmine, I think, at Miskino Tents, who was just he was running with him and he was just really an annoying personality. And Paul
yeah,
killed him. And it was a bit of an evil side, but it's as everyone knows, it's DayZ. You know, I've even done evil things to people, and I'm proverbially known as Mr. Nice Guy of DayZ. I run around. My favourite thing is to find someone who's never played the game and help them learn it. But I've done nasty fucking troll shit to people before. It's just a fucking game.
yeah,
Don't
but
let those
yeah,
people destroy some of your best content, mate. Your best stuff is when you are. I don't know. I do think that you're genuinely a mischievous prick. I think we would get along
yeah,
so
you know me.
fucking well trolling
Yeah,
each other.
yeah,
But don't let people dictate to you how you should be. Just keep on being you, mate, because that is oh god.
it wasn't as much as I was letting people dictate. I think I just wanted to move away from that style of content as much because I here's my problem, right? Like, and I said this on the stream today. I built an audience around trolling, right, and griefing, and it's hard to do that. It's hard to get that content, especially these days because everybody is coming over from console and they don't talk, they don't use their mics. Hardly anybody talks anymore on DayZ on PC. It's fucking crazy. They shoot right away, right? Because they're playing it like it's competitive Call of Duty, like they're playing it like it's PUBG, okay? And they have these new achievements now: kill so many people with a melee weapon, kill so many, and so nobody wants to talk. They want to kill right away. So it's so hard, and I was killing myself trying to get troll content that was worth a fuck. And then you have to do it on an official server most of the time. Day one and stuff like that was cool, but there were so many streamers on there that everyone I ran into was a streamer, and they already know who you are, so you're not going to get any content out of them. So I guess I was trying to move away from the troll content and move on to my like storytelling side, like my Wolves at the Door series and stuff
Do
more.
both, mate. Just
But
do whatever takes your fancy. Don't let people. Where's the comment? Someone put it there. Mellow Watts. There's always professionally offended commenters, mate. We see that on Twitter. Twitter is not the fucking real world.
nope.
It is it's a fucking horrid cesspool, and I love pissing people off. I don't. When I say that, it reinforces the mentality that I'm a troll and a shit poster and all the rest of it. I'm not. I just like to speak my mind and speak as it is. But I know that by doing that, I got blocked by someone who followed me just the other day because I didn't agree with their thoughts on something. And so what? I don't fucking care. It's water off a duck's back to me. I do.
I mean, if
really
someone blocks you because your opinion's different, that's their own personality
yeah.
disorder. If you
But
want to ostracize yourself from other people's reality and perspective, you're a fucking idiot. But I mean, you're not going to convince people of that. I understand. I think it was just me trying to rebrand, honestly. But I made them I privated them so that I could still share them in my Discord.
You got to where you
Um,
are based on who you are, mate.
yeah,
And yeah, you were kind of, and we'll come back to this a bit more later and we'll skirt around it because you're not allowed to say nasty things and all the rest of it. But you kind of got forced off of Twitch a bit by certain people.
yeah.
And you've come over to YouTube and it's going well for you. But you got where you were being who you were, mate, being one of the funniest guys in the DayZ community. And yeah, just please don't change. Just keep doing you. You've only got to look. It's popular content, mate. Look at Stimpy. He's probably
Yeah.
the fucking the gold standard of trolling people, and that's pretty much all he fucking does. And people love him for it.
Definitely my favorite homosexual content creator by far.
Oh, he's brilliant, mate.
Second only to you, buddy.
I've slid into his DMs now, mate. I'm a special fucking little snowflake.
I love Stimpy, man. Love it. He also keeps getting hit on YouTube for his fucking thumbnails, man. But yeah.
Best thumbnails in the business. Best thumbnails in the business. Oh god. Twitch, YouTube over Twitch. Look, it's down to what you want. I personally feel that Twitch is in its death throes, especially with what's happening. But just my advice: don't get affiliate or partner on Twitch. My mate Raykit, he's a scum streamer. He has over 1,000 paid members on YouTube. YouTube is growing, folks. Cairo, I went in and I watched Cairo streaming today. He had 500 people watching him on YouTube, folks. YouTube is growing. YouTube can only get better. Twitch is scoring own goal after own goal, but I still say diversify. I multi-stream because I just like doing it, because some people don't like Twitch. Some people don't like YouTube. So this allows people to choose what they want to watch on. But yeah, I just want milk to taste like real milk. But we've kind of diversified it. We've gone off topic a bit. So yeah, please, for the love of God, don't stop being Archie, the Archie that I love. I love going in and just sitting in your stream, mate, and just hearing you and the boys being you. It's such a yeah.
Some lady told her son she wasn't allowed to play with us anymore because we were giving him unrealistic views of females. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, give me an opinion. She's like, see, you expect a response because you asked for one. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, you know what? I feel sorry for your son. But anyway, all right. Good luck with that. Anyway.
You asked for an opinion and that you expect. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They call one thing mansplaining. I call that womanswering because it's like an illogical response. But anyway, I don't want to get you demonetized too, bro.
Oh, mate. I'm not really fussed over it. I don't do this for a living. I do this for a hobby.
No,
everything I make goes back into the show and the community. So yeah. That's not a big issue for me. I couldn't give a fuck, to be honest. As long as it doesn't get shut down, because that'd be sad. The guys are doing so fucking well with the podcast now. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, back to you. You were
I'm here all night, man.
My biggest disappointment.
I get that a lot.
when it came to the podcast, mate.
Why?
I always felt you brought you and me. We bounced off each other so well.
I agree.
Really, yes. We almost egg each other on to go to different extremes.
I love it, man.
You were just so inconsistent. It always broke my heart not knowing whether you were going to be there.
Can I tell you why?
Please do.
So have you ever heard of the Pagans Motorcycle Club?
No.
So we're the second largest motorcycle club in America. All right. I'm the president of the local chapter here in South Georgia, North Florida. Okay. That shit was taking up 99% of my time. And I was like, okay, I've got two sets of friends here. I've got my friends online and I've got my friends in the MC shit, right? So I gotta make this work. Did my mic cut out? Sorry. I said I got my my friends online and my friends in the MC, right? So I gotta make this work. I gotta make these I gotta make time for both of these friend groups, right? And so I would say I can't come Saturday because I have to do the podcast. and then they'd bitch and piss and moan. Or I'd go over there Saturday morning and say I have to be home by 3, so that I
Yep.
can get on the podcast. And something would always happen, and I would be disappointed as hell. My wife would even be like, "Hey, don't forget the podcast," because I would tell her to remind me. And I was just so busy with that shit. It actually cut into my content creation too. And because it's a one of those things that you have to be there for 24/7. They don't
Yeah.
understand things like, "Hey, I have to stream."
Yep.
Because to them, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm dealing with a bunch of idiots. There's like 4 or 5 smart guys in there, and the rest of them are cavemen. You know, but it takes all kinds. So it's like, you can make money playing video games. I'm like, yeah, man. How? I don't even have the energy to explain it to you. T-Bone,
Why
chill
would
out.
you? The one I love the most, mate. So why would people pay you to watch you play a video game? And I
I
just
get
go
that.
back to and say, why would you pay to go watch people throw a football around?
Exactly, bro. It's the same. It's like they don't pay to watch me play the game. You don't understand it because you don't have a fucking personality, right? So you can't, right? When I come in the room, what do you expect me to do? Crack a joke. Exactly. So when they come to the stream, they expect to have a good time, which is
Yes.
why when I'm pissed off, I still pretend I'm happy. Regis Philbin said, in show business, it doesn't matter how you feel, you're going to transfer those feelings onto the audience.
Yep.
It's show business. So if you're having the worst fucking day of your life, you put on a fucking fake smile and you make
You,
sure your eyes match and you go out
I
there and
call it
you
your
do it.
game face.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's,
bottle that shit up, you push it down and suppress it,
mhm,
compartmentalize it for later on when you're off air and you can deal with it, and you put on your game
yeah,
face and you get on with the fucking show. And that's
yeah,
the same for whether you're working or whether you're a streamer or something like that. You've just got to get on with it.
yeah.
You brought up an interesting thing. One of the things I hate doing is going to a stream where they've I know some people look for this, but if I see a stream that has depression, anxiety, I suffer from those myself, but I talk about it, but I don't make it my poster child. I look at a stream and it's got those in the
Yeah.
titles or tags, and I go, I'm just not going in there. I'm not. I
I don't
don't.
mean to generalize, but if you have some sort of actual anxiety disorder, you're not making it a personality point. You don't want people to know. That's going to
Yeah.
make you even more anxious.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've said it on the podcast before. I have a list of shit the VA diagnosed me with, mental
Mm-hmm.
things, and that's why I take breaks from streaming, man, because it takes it out of you. And I have
Very
this
demanding job.
necessity. Right. I have this need to make people happy, to please people,
Yeah.
And when it and I expend so much energy and I don't save any for myself. And so I burn out. It's just textbook burnout. I read a book, I can't remember it right offhand, on my Audible app about how it's like how to not burn out, right? And it explains that when people are so focused on results, they don't focus on the process, right? And the little things that they enjoy. And that was me, man. I was like, man, why the fuck am I only getting 60 viewers and not 600? You know? And in reality, one, most people's views are fucking fake. Fight me, I don't care. And two, it's not about the the views, it's about the viewers, man. Like it's just like being a cook. You don't cook for your palate, you cook for the audience, the customer. And with streaming and content creation, you don't make stuff you like. You have to make stuff that your community likes. Otherwise you're gonna have to build an entire audience around another genre or niche. Like my niche was guides and trolling. So my gameplay videos that I spent 3 weeks editing didn't do very well. They would get like 10,000 views in comparison to like my how to build a fire guide, which has 200,000.
Not months,
You
we're
know.
talking weeks.
So anyway, I go off on tangents because I'm getting old, but
Like that's always been a thing. I had someone say that they missed me on the podcast because I ended up always going off on tangents, and that's kind of just something that we do, mate. We just we talk
yeah,
about
when
shit.
there's no background noise and you just hear yourself after a few minutes, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But
Congratulations,
yeah.
Prestige. If you click on that link, you should be able to redeem your prize, mate. A Distressed Dad Daisy podcast cap.
I like your shirt, by the way.
My boy,
That fucking cunt there.
my boy, the dude Thor, mate. I love the fucking guy.
I love him too, man. He's had a baby.
Sadly, he's calling it quits on streaming.
Is he?
Yeah, he wants to focus on family and his job and
You
all the
have
rest
to,
of
man.
it. And yep. So
Yeah, that's one thing that's rough, man, is coming home streaming from like now I do noon to 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me 8 hours a day. But my son gets home from school at 3:30, and then I'm in here streaming while he's home. And I get off at 8, and there's like 2 hours we can hang out, and then he goes to bed. That's another reason. It's like the people who like have children and just stream. Yeah, they're home, but you're in a different room, man. It really does take away from your free time with your family and stuff. It's hard to find the happy medium. So good for him though, man. It's probably a hard decision. I know I'm gonna miss him.
Now, do you still have the press vest?
Yeah, it's in that closet right there. I was gonna get it out, but I didn't have time.
Archie, you
You
should
want me to
get
go
it.
get it?
You should come out of the closet, mate.
All right, let me go get it. I'll be right back. Don't look at me. I got fat. Probably gonna be noisy.
That's all right.
Shit, it's in here somewhere. Actually, hang on. It's in the other room. I'll go get it.
Good for you, NY Spawn. Whatever turns you on, mate. As the great Bob Catter said, let 1,000 blossoms bloom. We've got heaps of time. Heaps of time. I got to say, I'm actually really enjoying this. Archie's just a great guy. I really enjoy chatting with him because he pretty much doesn't hold back. Our boy's thick. Do we get him to twerk for us, folks? He could twerk back into his seat. It's a spotlight interview, Perky, but yeah, still the same. So, and welcome, by the way. Welcome.
Dude, did I just get a fucking Twitch follower, dude? What the hell was that? That was weird.
Do you like pickles?
Me? Do
Yeah.
I like pickles?
Yeah.
I like anything phallic and in my face, baby. Yeah, I got it. It's getting old, man. It's like falling apart. Look at it.
Are you ever going to stream with Uncle Ray Ray?
Uncle Ray Ray, he's going through some stuff too, man. I saw on Twitter. I like Uncle Ray Ray, bro. I really like his content.
So do I.
I hope I will literally have to go spend the money and buy an 8-ball of cocaine to match his energy. But I would love to. I'd love to stream with other people. That was one of the mistakes.
How he does it, mate. Him and Lax. Lax is another one with just that over the top energy. I don't know how they do it. It must. They be probably so just sleep and stream.
Yeah. I used to be that way. I was watching some of my old clips on Twitch. I had a friend in the Discord sending them to me, and I was just like fucking 100 miles an hour. I was so excited to be streaming and entertaining people, getting mad and breaking my keyboards and shit. And just now I look at that and it makes me tired watching it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I would love to run with Lockie, man. I'm gonna be honest. I remember Lockie when he was getting 2 views and now he's getting 2,000. I love Lax Hawthorne, man. Sorry if my mic cuts out, let me know.
He's killing it. Absolutely fucking killing it. And I couldn't be happier for him.
Yeah, really old friend of mine, man. I watched him explode.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And once again, my stream deck has broken with the buttons I've got to YouTube. I don't know why. It just doesn't. It
must be an Elgato.
Doesn't fucking like YouTube for some reason. It was working fine, and then it just stops. So the buttons don't work.
I can't get my timers or any of my Nightbot shit to work on YouTube, man.
No, that's one of the fallings of YouTube. It doesn't work well with a lot of that bot tech.
Yeah. I will say though, the discoverability is so much better. Like it's you still have to build, a following, but the algorithm is so much more what's the word? Generous to new content creators. Yeah. As opposed to Twitch, which is viewership based, so anyone can cheat. On YouTube, if you put out consistent quality content that's getting more likes and dislikes, the algorithm is going to keep pumping you up.
Yeah.
I keep discovering new people.
Yeah.
The DayZ dudes.
Freshborns and Hey You video game.
I've seen so many new people. And when a DayZ video pops up, I watch it. I'm sure people have seen my comment. There'll be a video with 19 views and I'll comment on it because I'm like, that was a good kill, and then the people freak out, which is weird to me, man, because I don't have I guess I'm just really well known in this community. So when people recognize me or my voice and stuff, it's really cool. Like the server I'm playing in now, this guy was freaking out because I played in the server, and I was just like, damn, bro, I'm just an asshole that plays video games just like you, bro.
All right, give me 1 sec.
No worries, man.
It's playing silly buggers on me. I can't get it to work, so fuck it. But yeah, no, it's Uncle Ray Ray is another good bloke. He's upset a lot of people as well. Just being who he is, complete and utter fucking Daisy psycho. Him and Sarah Moore's another one who upsets people. Oh, there's Lad, everyone. Spam the red 9.
Yeah, I'm so glad that stuck.
Or the Lad 9, as we like to call it on the show.
Remember the Indiana Jones meme?
Yeah, that was funny. God, that was funny when you did that one, mate. Oh my God. That red 9 is just a placeholder until I've asked people for suggestions on what we can do for a bit of a memeified red 9 emote for Lad. I think he deserves it. But yeah.
Yep. Poor old Lad. You know DOJ is never going to let that happen just out of spite.
Yeah. Yeah. Archie down to earth StormCloud.
I try, bro. I don't float or fly, despite popular opinion. Just kidding.
A question there for Dr. V. Why do people like you and Ray Ray and Sarah Moore and that make people mad? Because they speak their mind. And that's when I say they speak their mind, I'm not saying they're speaking the truth. They could be wrong. I say that about myself with some of the stuff I post on Twitter. End of the day, it's just my opinion. And my opinion, opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got them, and most of the time they're full of shit. But it's just an opinion, folks. But people need to speak their opinion. People need to stop being so worried about upsetting and cancel culture and all the rest of that sort of stuff. I just, we're probably segueing into what happened with you over on Twitch, mate, because you pissed off some people over there.
I didn't even do anything. I legit like. What did I do, bro? What did I do for you?
You did a bit. I remember I DM'd you. Remember I DM'd you about a certain meme that got made in your community.
The Twitter thing. That wasn't me, bro.
But that was that was part of
I would not.
Right, a streamer is responsible for his community.
Right. See, I disagree. I don't subscribe to that because they know that I don't like bullying.
When that person is a moderator, when that person is a moderator in your community.
All right. I'll take it back. I'll take responsibility for what his silly ass did. But as soon as I found out that he did it, I was like, bro, you're literally throwing kerosene on a dumpster fire. Like you gotta get rid of that. Get rid of that.
No, that's not the Chinese stuff. We're not going to actually talk about what we're talking about. We're talking around it because it was
that was bad. That was bad. Here's one thing, people okay. You can look at a person who's overweight and say they could control that. A lot of times they can't, man. It's it's tied to mental health. It's tied to physical conditions. Like I have a thyroid problem that I got from the vaccines in the military. So now I retain water. So I have to sweat or I'll just get fat as fuck. Some people have that and have no idea why they can't lose weight. Some people can't get motivated to go lose weight. I do not agree with making fun of people's bodies, right? I call people fat, obese, any of that shit. I don't like it, all right? I'll go after people.
Provided it's in good spirits. I'm
very,
very liberal, or I don't have liberal minded, but I'm very, very open to almost anything is comedy.
No, I agree. I'll fuck with my buddies.
Intentions,
I'm not gonna. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to attack another content creator because of their size.
Yeah,
that's not me. I'm better at roasting people than going for that low hanging fucking fruit, right?
Yeah.
So they should go for the low hanging fruit and leave the fucking other stuff alone. But anyway, all I'm saying is that was beyond inappropriate, and I didn't I didn't like it when it happened, and I made steps. I took steps to make it go away
Yep.
because I knew that the person that was aimed at was just going to use it as ammunition.
Yeah.
And the poor, pitiful fucking the victimhood complex that is there. And I don't have any ill will towards that person. They made my streaming career a living fucking hell for 3 years. I was stalked, harassed, bullied. I just let it fucking go. The straw that broke the
You
camel's
walked
back was
away.
the night.
You walked
Yeah,
away from it, and
yeah.
I
But
don't know
but that's
the
just
full ins and outs. I only know the bits that I know about it. But you made the decision. You walked away from it. You said, "Fuck Twitch, fuck this shit.
I mean,
I'm just going to walk away."
I'm
You
not
didn't
gonna
hang
compete
around.
with people who cheat, bro. Like, if you really think your favorite streamer is sitting there running through the woods for 8 hours and 700 people are watching them, you're fucking stupid. Like, it's so easy to detect, and they're not going to do anything about it because they need the ad revenue. Twitch is literally a sinking ship, so they're doing this apocalypse shit so they make as much money as they can before they fucking sell it. And some Chinese company is going to come around and do the same thing and knock Twitch out of the water, which is probably going to be TikTok. I'm not going to lie. There's people getting more views on TikTok than they ever got
Yeah.
through YouTube, Facebook, Mixer, any of that shit. And TikTok is the new YouTube. Like, how, despite how you feel about it, it is. I hated it too when I first heard about it,
I ain't
but it's
doing
the
it.
new
I'm just not
YouTube.
doing it.
No, I understand. A lot of people aren't, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. A lot of people didn't want to get a Facebook. A lot of people didn't want a Twitter. Oh, you're putting your fucking face on the internet? You're stupid. Now everybody's got one, right? So I'm on a rant. I apologize,
no. But I do want to reiterate what Facility said there as well. I can respect people that speak freely, but there's a difference between speaking freely and blatantly being an arsehole. 100%. And it's a fine line. And I'm certain I have overstepped that at times. And when I have, I hope that someone will pull me into line. Because you need to be. We're all human. We're all capable of great good and great evil at the same time. Every person has that in them, whether they reckon they don't or not. We're all capable of human emotions, and those emotions getting the better of us at times. But I try
I'm
not to
horny
be,
as fuck right
and
now.
I try to make sure that I do more good than I do bad. But yeah, I've fucked up in the past, and I'll fuck up again in the future. But call me a cunt, tell me fucking Boydie, pull your head in, and if I've made a mistake, I'll apologise for it. But yeah,
Now, the only reason I left Twitch, to be completely honest, is I just got tired of getting banned for stupid shit. Like, it's just, I'd get on there and somebody would say something in chat, and I could tell they were trying to provoke me into saying something, you know, and just so they could clip it and report me, And
yeah,
then I got banned for 2 weeks for saying Chinaman, bro. You can say Irishman, Scotsman, whatever the fuck.
yep,
Can't say Chinaman, bro. Like, what? And then it was xenophobic remarks, and I had to look up what xenophobic means. It means anti-Chinese, right? And so then at the same time, I'm talking about all the Chinese hackers and shit. I never
that
said anything
was.
racist about Chinese
I
people.
watched that video. I watched your high
Yeah.
ping video, and my God, that was one of your funniest fucking videos. And as I understand it, even DayZ reached out to you about that one, didn't they?
I got it. It was taken down
Yeah.
because there's a person there that claimed it was alt right talking points. I have the fucking literal screenshot of them saying it, and when they said, "Hey, like, why is that?" We were asking them to just region lock the servers, right? Because and yes, they can use a VPN to get around it, but that's just one more step. What about the ones that don't know that? Plus, VPNs are illegal in China, right? It was
Now,
just one step
to put it in context, what I want, I'm typing the actual title of the video because I still remember it. He called it high ping, and it was just, there is nothing to me at least, there is nothing racist about that. It's a clever play on words because he's talking
double
about
entendre.
the problem with Chinese people joining servers and it's screwing up the ping and all the rest of that sort of stuff.
They were hacking too, bro.
Yeah. And it was high ping. There was, from my recollection of the video, there was nothing racist about it at all. It was just a funny play on words and talking about it's commonly known meme that a lot of Chinese, a lot of Asians hack. You see it in a lot of games.
Just a cultural thing. It's not as frowned upon,
Yeah.
It's just like in my culture, we were drinking at 13 years old because I'm a hillbilly, and it's just the culture.
Yeah.
And that's not frowned upon. In other cultures, just like, why the fuck would you let that kid destroy his brain with poison? It's just a cultural thing. They have the enemy is necessary to win. You know, they don't see it as a taboo like we do. It's not that they're bad people. It's just the people they don't see it the way we see it. Hey, I want to authentically beat you. I want organic PvP. I don't want you to have a 3 second advantage, and then when I kill you, you global kill me until I leave the server.
Yeah.
And I'm not generalizing. I wasn't generalizing in the video. It was just me pointing out, and something happened. They region locked and they put ping limits on there. So all the people that were talking shit saying it wouldn't do anything, it did. You have a voice. You're the consumer. Daisy is the product. When you're upset, voice your opinion. They have feedback trackers. They have everything that you can go and voice your opinion. But people just want to bitch and not provide a solution, and then say, well, it's not my job to provide a solution, just grievances. And that's just a consumer mentality.
Yeah.
And so me, I thought, oh, I have a platform. I like playing on vanilla. I can't fucking play because I'm getting killed by hackers every day. It still happens. I just played 2 Thursdays ago with Mr. Rager. We raided a base, got global killed, checked, and half the server were Chinese names with VAC bans on their records. Like, you shouldn't be able to even play DayZ with a VAC ban on your record.
Yeah, how does Battle Eye work that stuff? I don't get Battle Eye.
Exactly, bro.
It's
just a waste of money. I know I've been like egregiously vociferous about the hackers and shit, and I did not want to be that guy that just speaks out about hackers constantly, because now I look like I'm crying about it every time it gets brought up. I just care about the game, and our player base is going to disappear if every time they log into a server, they're getting killed from the spirit world, you know?
Yep.
That's what I was upset about, because I do care about the game. I know it sounds weird, but it's my hobby. You know, if you came into my garage where I had it, where
now you're living.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a train set that I have in my garage that I don't have it. I'm saying hypothetically, I got a train set. It's my model train set. I worked on it every day for 10 years. You come in and you just start hitting it with a fucking hammer. So I can't enjoy it. You know, I'm going to get upset. You're ruining my hobby. That's my whole point of view on the subject.
I like what
I had
said,
a platform.
How does Battle Eye work? It doesn't.
Exactly. It's a waste of fucking money. It doesn't work on any game that it's used on.
And look, King of Lobar saying, got to admit, I had a Game Shark for Genesis when I was a kid. Was only cheating myself. Yeah, back in the day, there I go, being a
we all cheated, bro. We all did that.
We used to buy the magazines, which had all the cheat codes for it. But
there wasn't griefing involved back then. Not to interrupt you, sorry. There wasn't the griefing, the amount of griefing that these people do. Now I'll go troll you, right? I'll troll you, whatever. I'm not gonna literally grief everyone off the server, right? That's just fucking stupid, and it serves no purpose. Like Mr. Rager, my buddy, he infiltrated this Chinese Zerg and deleted their entire base and shit. He made them do it themselves. It was 500 IQ shit. That's amazing, but we shouldn't even had to do that.
Yeah,
they should have. Battle Eye should have been combating them.
Moonshine wants to know your thoughts on older women.
How old? Little gray squirrel never hurt nobody. That's what my stepdad used to say. My wife is 10 years older than me, and she's a blessing. She is a blessing.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very even-tempered. She's very logical. She's rational. She's intelligent. She's got my sense of humor. She knows what she likes, what she wants. She's not constantly trying to climb up to upgrade her situation, which wouldn't be hard to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we're a power couple, man. Older women are the way to go, man. Leave them little young girls alone. They don't know what they're doing anyway. They just lay there like they're doing you a favor.
My missus is actually younger than me, but yeah, and she's my rock, mate. She keeps me going.
When you know, bro. You know that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What do you think of the current DayZ scene?
I like it, bro. I like it. The new players that are coming over it's changing the game, honestly. Like I said, they're coming over with the console mentality. Have you played it on console?
No.
So on console, everybody's in a party, right? So no one uses VoIP, right? You can't get people to talk to you. They just run up and it's kill, 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 right? Sometimes there's always the fucking caveat, of course, right? I know somebody's like, oh, in my experience, for the most part, it's PvP, PvP. They only leave the coast to get gear, then they run back to their base on the coast, and that's how all the servers are. So I've noticed a lot of those new players coming over have that Call of Duty mentality where they just want to play the game. Kill, kill, kill. Like that cat you had on that was doing the Q&E lean thing that time, competitive shooter. That's the whole new generation. I don't mind. Everybody plays Daisy different, and it's nice to have PvP when you want to go look for it. We got in PvP today. We got ambushed. It was a little shady, but it was a good fight. Um, the new mods are really great. I think 118 was an outstanding update. The bases are a little bit hard to raid, but I've kind of found the new meta, so it's just a lot more farming than it used to be. But I really like it. I think it's going in a really great direction. I think the dev team is better than it's ever been. Not just because one of my best friends is on there now, and I brag about that all the time, but just because like the
I just
people
want
who
to
are there
address
are passionate about it.
MY Spawn. I seen a chick on Twitter crying on Daisy because one guy was following her talking shit. All the women was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have to go through that." Every guy's like, "Why are you crying? Kill him and keep moving." Yes, but at the same time, you don't know the history, and that's something you've always got to try to remember. That she may have had a really bad day with a lot of extra stuff. We all have our breaking point. That said, I think I know the video you're talking about, and I was just like, why didn't you just kill him myself? But it's hard to judge someone because you don't know their own personal circumstances, what's going on behind it in the background. They could be copying a lot of that sort of abuse. And look, there's been some stuff shared I've seen that is just fucking terrible. Fucking terrible, some of the stuff that people say to the girls at times. It's just, what the fuck? Like you said before, there's humor, and then there's just being a prick, isn't there, Archie?
It's just the internet, man. There's
Yeah.
just no it's a lack of consequence. It's a whole culture of that.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm going to say something divisive. Anytime you introduce ladies, you introduce emotion, and you have to be tolerant of that. So if you're watching a female streamer and she's acting in a generally female way about something with emotion, you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just like if I were to get pissed off at something, you wouldn't be surprised. She's getting upset because she's being harassed. Like, yeah, she could kill him, but there's no content in that. I'm just going to be honest. She turns around and kills him, then she can't go on Twitter and whine about getting harassed.
Yeah,
I got harassed.
There'd be some that do that for that reason. Yeah, victim mentality.
Dude, victimhood has been misconstrued with sainthood in our modern culture, and it's fucking annoying. There's so much sanctimony in being a victim, and it makes no sense to me. But this Generation Z is changing things.
I've talked about this a bit in the past, mate, but I think a lot of it is there's a lot of guilt, especially if you're a cis white male. And cis white females aren't too far removed from that. They've still got the female card.
Well, they run the world, bro. They control the economy. They outvote everybody.
Everyone's looking for some reason to be a special little snowflake in a way. There's
individualism.
Something that makes them not just a normie. Whatever the terms are that they use in that, and it's just
listen, man. If I was a woman and I was a streamer and some guy was following me saying nasty shit, I would let it go. I would milk that shit like a borrowed cow, bro. It would be because that's just content, and all my little simp orbiters would be like, if I was there, and they'd be donating me all this money because I was sad, I would be milking that shit dry, bro. I hope that's what she was doing. I hope the shit didn't bother her at all, and she was just milking her viewers. I'm not saying that to be an asshole. I'm just saying you're the guys that are falling for the shit repeatedly. People have no critical thinking skills, dude. They can't deduce that they're being screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me.
I'm skeptical of everything, mate. I watch so many videos of just the levels that people will go to make money.
It's insane.
Being dodgy drugs and fucking government corruption and all the rest of that sort of stuff. Corporation corruption. There's a channel.
Streamers are the worst.
Fascinating Horror. I share the videos on my Twitter. And the guy just shows just how corrupt governments and businesses are. They haven't gotten any better. They're still just as bad.
No. Why would they, dude? Who's going to jail?
Yeah.
There's no. Honestly, it's the IRS in America just hired almost 90,000 new agents. A lot of streamers are about to start getting nailed. I'm just saying, because when you do these fundraisers and shit, and no one's asking for receipts, you really think they're spending that $45,000 you sent them on their dog bill or vet bills? Like, you're crazy, bro. You're insane. People just don't think, man. They just want to see their name on the screen, and they're They're being exploited.
You donate $500 for the podcast, and I'll get Lad to send you a dick pic.
We'll touch our dicks together and send you a pic. You're gonna be like, "Where's his? I thought he was gonna be touched." No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, no, it's back to the original point though. The community is fucking amazing. I got to interview Zesty Polvo last week. He's just
I like
blown me
him,
away.
man.
Yeah, same. I like his style. He's a funny guy. It's
He does
almost,
fart noises too.
yeah, it's
I like
almost for me. If they're upsetting people, then I know they're doing something right. I know that's kind of fucked up, but at the same time, yeah.
You know what I think it is, bro? To be completely honest, I was watching this documentary about Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, and the one that's not dead. I think
can't
Corey
remember
Haim.
either.
Yeah, the living Corey, right?
Yeah.
He said when he first met Corey, now deceased, he was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? He's moving in on my grow. I'm the young boy actor. I'm getting cast in all these movies. Now this other young cute boy actor is coming in and he's moving in on my grow, right?" That's how streamers feel about each other, bro.
Yeah.
When you're an established streamer and you have a shtick like I did for being wild and crazy and edgy and trolling people, and then you see like Lax Hawthorne come along doing the exact same shit, you're like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Why is he moving in on my? Why is he doing what I do?" You know? Then you realize, hey, we all have different ways we do things. Everybody's unique in the way they do it.
Plus,
So,
we all
but I know
we all take inspiration from people.
that's our job, is to inspire each other. But then I'm smart enough to say, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I go, you know what? I'm being really immature about this. I hope this guy succeeds, right?
Yeah.
Most people just go, or not most people, some streamers, they just stay fucking angry. And it's like, this is my thing, not yours. You know, I'm the one who streams DayZ and gets all the views. So the only way they can combat you, because they can't beat your production quality, your humor, anything else, they got to come up with this nasty shit and try to get you blacklisted and turn all the other streamers against you, so you can't. Because the fastest way to grow streaming is to collaborate with other creators. So they'll try to shut that down immediately. That's what they did to me, you know. And it's just this angst, this jealousy and envy. That's what I hated about the Twitch community on DayZ. It was 3 or 4 people that I adored. Lax, you know, I'm not even going to name drop people, but for the most part, it was just this like low key hate. And if anybody's considering content creation, watch who the fuck you work with, man.
Yeah.
Because these people act like they want to help you and they just want something from you, especially if you're a female, okay? Because they just want to poach your fucking community. That's all it is. And then you're going to wind up with a reputation for working with this person or blah, blah, blah. That kind of, just really think there's a lot more to it than just doing it.
I don't know.
I wish I would have been
so much if it's a female, but
I'm saying females everybody wants to run with the females, right? Because they have the viewership, right? And they don't want to run with you because they like you or your content. They want to run with you because they want to poach your audience for the most part. You know, I see that all the time. You know, them trying to steal the thunder of the lady on the stream. You know,
I just shared a Discord that I created. Now I've been in stream teams. Archie, you've been in stream teams before, and they're not bad for the most part, but they can become, for want of a better word, boys clubs, cool kids clubs. And what we have done, it's something that I've started. It's not part of the 87.8 thing. It's just a side project of mine, but it is just purely a Discord that anyone who creates content is welcome to join. Anyone who's thinking about creating content is welcome to join. You know, I don't care if you don't even have a channel. You can come and join. There's a few basic etiquette guidelines to it of don't tag people directly. There's a couple of big name people in there who've got sizable communities. And if you're constantly tagging them, we're going to kick you from the group. You need to have some etiquette and decorum when you're in there. But we don't care.
Common sense.
We don't care if you're big, little, whatever. It's just basically designed to help each other out, to try to be a neutral place to go for advice. That's all it is. There's no, you have to be at this level. You have to be streaming this often. Don't care if you fucking don't stream for a year. But you know, you could just be a student of streaming. Join. And it's all I pretty much do in there is I watch like you, Archie, you watch a lot of self-help sort of guides and things like that. I watch a lot of videos about streaming. People like Devin Nash, Senpai Gaming, X2 Shoes, the Frugal Streamer, and I share their content in there. I was sharing it on Twitter, but that gets lost easy. So I figured we'll start a Discord, and there's information in there. If you want to read it, you can read it. If you want to choose the alerts content, we don't care if you're big, little, whatever, said no woman ever. Okay, I have been dying for a way to bring this up. My missus, like most women, she's a member of, Facebook groups, stuff like that, where women talk about women things and all the rest of it. And she told me a term I had never heard before. Guys with a big penis, a good nickname for them, womb raider.
Womb raider?
You haven't heard that one either?
No, I like it though.
Yeah, no. Donkey Dong, Dongzilla was another couple that she told me.
They called me, the black girls up in Chicago called me Honky Kong. I like that one. Yeah.
But yeah,
she said, "Boy, I bet you run fast with 3 legs." I was like, "Yeah, I get going."
But yeah, so I've been wanting to fit that in. She said she keeps on asking me, "Have you managed to bring it up yet?" And I said, "No, I haven't been able to bring it up yet." But yeah, we got there. So yeah, join the group, share it, invite anyone, share it with your friends. Fucking, we just want, what we've got 68 people. I think a few more just joined. It hasn't updated yet, but yeah, anyone is welcome to join. Keep it on topic and just share advice. Ask a question. If people have any information, they'll share it. I don't want there to be any politics, none of that sort of stuff. No bad mouthing of anyone. No bad mouthing of other groups or anything like that. Yeah.
Don't burn any bridges, man. That's the worst thing you can do. That's my advice.
Yeah. Yep.
Your network is your net worth, man.
I've burned a lot of bridges, and
yeah, that's the worst thing, because then you got to rebuild that gap, and it's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the internet's forever. So it's to the point now where some people don't even. I ask them if they want to run with me, and they say no, just based on a reputation I undeservedly have. So
yep. That always weirds me out, mate. Like, you find you're blocked by someone, and you're like, who is this person?
What the fuck did I do?
I don't even know you, or I barely ever interacted with you, and you blocked me based on what? Based on
all the time.
Based on rumors and innuendo, and
some retweet.
Yeah, just whatever.
Twitter is a fucking cesspit, bro. I hate it. I get on there to check like Mark's and you, and then I'll check my phone. And it's like 14 Twitter notifications. I click it, and it's 14 people I've never even heard of. They tweeted this. I don't fucking care. If I did, I'd follow them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I follow a lot of streamers, so I'm getting tweets from streamers. I don't watch their content. I don't consume their content. I don't have the appetite for it. It's just like Twitter is begging to stay relevant, by pinging your phone constantly. I don't know.
One smart thing I actually did was, there's a common conception. Like, one of the things I've always prided us on with the podcast is, this morning I saw Lad Dumpgra and Prestige, I think, were just sitting in the Hangout. And, they're all content creators. They're all, people of note. How come I can't text in the general chat? Maybe because you haven't picked the role, read the rules and done the roles perky in the Discord. But yeah, but they just go and sit in there, and anyone in the community can go and sit in there and talk to them. We're fully 100% approachable. Most weekdays, I'll either go into my personal Discord and play with my mates and that. And then on the next day, I'll just go and sit in there, even when I'm streaming. So people can just come in and talk. That full approachability. And where that ties in with Twitter is I had a lot of people following me that I wasn't following. There's almost like this mentality of, it's not cool to follow too many people. People think you might be follow for follow or something like that. I actually went to, and I'm still doing it. I still, every now and then I go in because I've got, I don't know, 1,000 to 2,000 followers on Twitter. And I've just started following people back because I'm of the mindset, if they're interested in me, then I should be interested in them as well. And I am so glad I've started doing that, Archie, because my Twitter feed has just gotten so much better. People
Yeah,
are following me. I know there's some people who follow me just to watch the truck smash that is Boydie on Twitter. There's barely a week goes past where I haven't upset someone in the community, if not the entire community. But
you're a boomer, man. You're supposed to.
yeah, but there are people who follow me because they genuinely they might be interested in what I say or they agree with what I say. So yeah, and I'm getting a much better Twitter feed now, and yeah, it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Absolutely fucking love it. And I highly recommend it to any of you. If someone follows you, check them out. If it's just some dodgy Bitcoin account or OnlyFans streamer or something like that, I'm not following that back. I'm not interested in that. But
If they're offering free nitro, it's probably me.
fuck, that was funny. Oh my god, that was so funny when you got done. Oh god,
Dude,
yeah.
that guy was good. He even talked like my brother.
Mate, but that same link, I think I got that same day, and I almost, I did click it, but I was lucky I did it on my iPad, and
Yeah, I did on my phone, and they literally robbed me of like $6,000.
yeah,
But thankfully, my bank gave it back.
yeah,
No, I agree with you about the Twitter thing, man. It's funny because when someone follows me, especially if they're a viewer from my chat or something, I'll go through and look at their profile, like to get to know them a little bit, because it gives me common ground and makes them relatable. And then I can like, oh, you like, cars too, whatever. There's a guy named Justin Old Guy who's always in
yeah,
my chat, man.
yep.
Yeah, awesome dude. And we're both cat dads now, man. And he always posts these cat pictures. So I liked like 3 of his tweets one day, and now my entire fucking Twitter feed is Justin Old Guy's tweets constantly. But it's cool, man, because I'm like, I'm getting an insight into his life and ideology and shit. One sec.
Moonshine, don't be
It's a police. Sorry.
upset that you aren't into Twitter, mate. If you don't have a need to be on Twitter, I don't recommend Twitter. What about you, Archie?
Look, I fucking hate it. The only reason I got it was because everybody's on Twitter. When you want to communicate with somebody, when you want to like set up a run with another content creator or like my thumbnail artist or whatever, if I want my cartoony thumbnails, sometimes I get, he only does business through Twitter. And other content creators only do business through Twitter. I don't know why, if it's because fucking celebrities do it. That's the only reason I have it. And I'll go on there and follow like Mark. I keep up with Marks on Twitter and Asmondian, sorry, and the other DayZ content creators on there. But I really like, you can't follow your family on it. They're going to block you because you're going to disagree about something. That's just how people are now. I don't really have a use for it.
Justin's in chat on YouTube right now, mate.
Did he? What's up, bro? Good to see you. Show us your dick.
But yeah, no, it's a
Twitter
shock.
has porn on it.
We
got to say that.
The thing you've got to remember is Twitter is not a real place. I think Dave Chappelle said that. He doesn't care what they say on Twitter because it's not a real place.
The dude on Cumtown, there's a podcast called Cumtown I listen to. What's called the Adam Friedland Show now, but if you like my kind of humor, you'd love it. He was talking about how people on Twitter will be like, fuck, his name's Nick Mullen. Fuck Nick Mullen, dude. He's a hack comedian. He's a piece of shit. And then they just go on about their day. Like, they don't even mean what they say. They're just whatever. He's like, and then you'll see these people at the show and they're like, oh my God, Nick Mullen. You just met a celebrity that you were just shit talking a second ago. So they obviously don't really feel that way. It's just this fake ass, I call it the reality distortion bubble, man. People live in this fake little world where they bandwagon and just get consequence free. It's a consequence free environment, if that makes sense, because it's all faceless for the most part.
I was just trying to do something. I'm still working out how to do things on Twitter.
You look like my grandma when she can't figure out how to control alt deletes.
No, I can't work it out. Yeah, I was trying to just do something over on YouTube, but yeah, I do. Hey, Moby, how you doing, buddy? Doing good, working on server stuff, watching on Spotlight. How about you guys? Yeah, we're doing well, mate. We've been on a wild magical mystery tour in today's spotlight, folks. Now, the state of DayZ. Let's get back onto the topic. We're here to talk about Archie. Archie's a DayZ streamer. What do you think of
We,
DayZ right now, mate?
we always do that. We always do. Every time we talk, we always go off on tangents.
It's good
You know
going.
what I mean? If you mean as far as the game or the community, because I think I misunderstood you earlier.
The game. No.
Okay.
I was talking about the community and what that's like because
Okay.
there's lots of thoughts in it. Now about the game.
Okay, I answered the game earlier, but yeah, basically, community's great. A lot of new people. I'll just preface with this. There's a lot of really good new content creators coming out. So those old set in stone people that you're used to watching, that you've gotten comfortable with and shit, that you have a parasocial relationship with, check out some of the new people. I'll just have that a piece of advice. I know when I was on the podcast, I always shouted out new people that were up
Yep.
and coming and stuff. Nitno is an awesome content creator.
Yeah.
Zesty Polo, I know you had him on there. Kill Beans. That's my homie, man.
I
That's
used to
like
get told that we should have got more big people on, and it was nice when we did
why.
get some big people on. Yeah, we had Amish on, we had Happy Bombs on. We've had some very big name guests, Lax Hawthorne. But part of the whole thing with the podcast, mate, was exactly what you're saying. Was shining the spotlight for want to, as corny as that sounds, on the unsung heroes of the DayZ community. Be that, my pet passion is always modders, map makers. You've dabbled in that yourself, mate. You know how full on that shit is. But
Yes.
yeah, that's always been my focus was getting the
You gave a lot of people a platform that they didn't have. You know what I mean? The community knew they could come to the podcast as a resource to discover new content, new things about. I mean, the Daisy people bitch, oh, it's a streamer podcast. No, it's not. You fucking idiot. It's a Daisy podcast where we have a guest who talks about Daisy, right? Like these, you just can't make people happy. But you didn't try, which is why I loved being on the podcast because you just did your own thing. You're like, hey, this is my show, love it or leave it. But you gave so many people a platform. I never would have known who the fuck Beans was if she hadn't have been on the podcast that day. And now we're really good friends.
yep.
You know, um, Nitno. I don't know if you've had him on, but I think you should.
No,
I think they
no.
should definitely have him on because he's awesome. Marks when he first came out, and I shouted him out. People showed me Marks originally. They were like, "Look, he's trying to be Archie." I was like, "What? No, he's not. He's doing guides."
Yeah.
And I shouted him out because they were great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you gave people such it was a great thing. We wouldn't have the podcast without Boydie, and now everyone who plays DayZ pretty much knows about the podcast. And if they want to know some new piece of advice, they could go to the podcast. And now Marks is the authority on it, right? Because he's consistent. But yeah, no, I guess to answer your question, DayZ the game is in a great place.
Yeah.
I'm really waiting for the new update 119. I think people are getting their hopes up very high about cars, and I think Bohemia should mitigate that because they're going to be disappointed when 119 comes out and there's no cars or no vehicle mechanics. They're setting themselves up for a shitstorm on that one. I don't know where everybody got the idea that 119 was the car update, but everybody you talk to thinks it's the car update. I would say just be happy with what you get because they're still putting out updates for a 10-year-old game.
And
And consistently.
the state of the game, and this is no offense to any of the dev teams we've had before, but we've got the best dev team we've ever had.
Oh, absolutely. It's a passion project now, man. It's
Yeah.
not just a job. I mean, DOJ, dude, me and him spent hundreds of hours sitting in Discord while we were working on map shit.
Yep.
And he was literally hand placing each tree on the map and rotating it. Now they have brushes that do it that Dab made, Inclement Dab. But like and I was just, doing interiors and shit. And he's out here hand placing trees, I mean, and then I would log off, go to sleep, wake up. He's still on there doing it. And now he's a mapper for the project. That's the kind of passion you want an employee to have. Sumrek made
the best
made
choice
them all.
ever. He's the
and now he's the lead dev, bro. He made the best mod and the best map, and now he's the lead dev. So that would be like if the Hauser brothers wouldn't have left Rockstar and GTA. The next Grand Theft Auto is going to blow because the original guys are gone. The passion's gone. DayZ still has the passion, and they're pulling resources from the right places, and I think it's just going to keep getting better, man. Everybody keeps talking about DayZ 2. It's never. I don't think it's going to happen. They don't need to. Games aren't doing that now. That'd be like a Rust Part 2, you know? So there's really no reason to when they can just keep updating the game as it is.
It's funny you say that because I'm organising a big spotlight for in the future, and I've reached out to a bunch of people to get varying opinions. And the whole concept of the spotlight is it's going to be the spotlight on DayZ, talking about its past, its present, and its potential future. With a caveat of the Bohemia attitude to DayZ. Now, I'm not going to go into it too much more, but a lot of us are confused about the treatment that DayZ gets, considering it's probably the most successful game the BI's ever had. Why are they? Are they playing a 200 IQ game or what? So that's going to be a good one coming up in the future, folks. Looking at about 3 months' time. But yeah, I've got some big name people down for it. But it's just Adam has just fucking knocked it out of the park. Even during COVID, back in 2020, the updates just kept on coming, and I think they were one short in that year. Every other fucking business every government on the face of the earth, blamed everything on fucking COVID. Yeah, they said, we got slowed down by COVID, but they still pumped it out. And then 2021, they pumped it out again, and they're pumping it out again this year. And
it's not Star Citizen. You actually get updates with DayZ. So.
Scam Citizen.
But Star Citizen. That's what we call it.
But it's just they're killing it. Like I've been playing vanilla, and I'm really enjoying myself.
That's all I play, dude. I'm a vanilla gorilla. But they I knew if I stuck with DayZ, I know that's an I statement. I try not to make these a lot, but if we stuck with DayZ when I first started streaming it in like the 6.1, 6.2 days, that the game was a diamond in the rough and it was going to blow up, And now it's a household name. Like everybody knows about DayZ. Before it was like, what the fuck is DayZ?
Yeah.
And now people, you ask somebody what DayZ is, they'll say, yeah, the zombie game on Game Pass. Well, what's Arma 3? I have no fucking idea. So it's actually
DayZ's not perfect, guys. It's on an old
engine.
Of
course not.
It's on a bastardized engine, the old engine and a mix of the new engine. It's got bugs that just you sit there, but that all adds to part of DayZ's charm, doesn't it, Archie?
Go play Grand Theft Auto and look at it. You can look. You go stand on a cliff on DayZ, okay? And no, I'm not going to sit here and defend the game, ad nauseum. It has its flaws, right?
We've never done that on the podcast. Never will.
But you got to understand what they're working with as well. Go stand on a cliff on DayZ. Every tree you see, you can cut down. Every building you see, you can go in for the most part. You can build wherever you want to build. You can do whatever you want to do. You have your own blank slate to start every time. Go the most successful game right now. I think on Xbox Live is Grand Theft Auto 5 still, bro. You can't go in hardly any of the buildings. You can't build anything, cut trees down. Everything's loaded and you go off screen under the map, you're teleported and shit. It's all open world. It's honestly such an ambitious achievement that I don't really focus on the shortcomings at all because the game is, to me, it's an overwhelming success based on how these people never played in 6.2 where when you walk downstairs too fast, you died. That's the problem. I mean, like when you got on a ladder, you got launched into orbit, and they want to bitch about the cars. It's not Grand Theft Auto, man. It's a different engine. You got to think about how complex the engine is that they're using. It's not the Rage engine or like EFT. Everybody talks about EFT. That's not their own engine, man. They made that on fucking Unity. It's free. Anyway. You can't explain. It's like explaining an orgasm to a virgin or sex to a virgin, I guess. I don't know. But I would say just be appreciative because you got the best dev team it's ever had, and they're putting out consistent updates. Honestly, like on par with Rust, like the way Rust does, And I'm really excited. Like I cannot wait. I'm always super excited to hear any kind of hint about the next update. And don't ask DOJ because he's one of my best friends and he don't tell me anything.
Doesn't tell me shit either. But the thing is, I don't ask him. I don't want to put him. No, he's still part of the 87A team, and I don't want to put him in a position where people would think he's giving us special info. He doesn't give us nothing.
I feel bad when he's in my stream, when he's in the chat. I don't even want to talk. I don't want to be my regular self because I'm afraid he'll get fired or something.
Yeah.
If I say something edgy, you know. And then he'll pop in the Discord, and I'm like, "Shh, don't let people see you in here, man. It's like going to a brothel, you know. Like, don't let people in the public see you here." Yeah.
No worries, Facility. You get some sleep, buddy. What's time for you, Archie?
I don't know, man. It's like 9:48.
Yep.
I'm fine, bro. I got drugs. I'm kidding. I'm good. I slept till noon.
But yeah, no, I love it. I took a break. I just needed the break for a little while there. I retired from the podcast and let the guys take over to take it in the new direction. I think I'd done all I could do with it for now, and I'm focusing more on the one-to-one stuff so that it doesn't cloud the podcast. But yeah, it's just I'm back again, and I'm loving it. It's the game that just keeps on giving. A 10-year-old fucking game that's more popular than ever.
Dude, when your life memories, I know this is going to sound corny. I have an amazing fucking life IRL. Like, my life is amazing. But some of my best fucking memories I've ever made weren't in the 10 years I was on the submarine service or the motorcycle club or travel in America. It was on fucking DayZ, bro. Like, I can say, hey, remember that time we tied those guys up and fucking said we were going to kill them if their buddy didn't bring us a box of cereal, and then we killed them anyway? It's just you can't get that kind of shit on Grand Theft Auto. Remember when we did that heist with that random, like, it just doesn't work.
And some of the friends you make are better
Oh,
than
mate,
IRL friends as well.
I wouldn't know you, bro. I wouldn't know Marks. I wouldn't know DOJ. I wouldn't know half. The Discord is the new dive bar, man.
Yeah.
The people I go hang out with on Saturday at the bar, those friends, I have the same thing with Discord. I don't have to leave the house. We get together, we have a good time, we go play the game, and it's amazing, bro. I love it. I really do.
Yeah, we'll always keep on coming back to DayZ. We get frustrated with it. We get annoyed with it. It's buggy. It's a broken mess. But it's still the best survival MMO game out there. It's just...
And it spoiled me too, bro. Like, I can't play new games unless it's like Fallout or something, because I'll get on a game and it's on rails. I can't stand it. I don't have that choice. I can't make choices. I can't control my characters, the outcome of my character or whatever, like you can on DayZ.
I love following some of the other games out there. Like, people know I've followed Scum very closely. I'm still following Derp Matter, as you called it. I still remember that. I still follow Deadside. I'm following Vane, which is a new one that some of the devs who broke away from Dead Matter have started. I know...
it's another cash grab, I guess. I
wouldn't trust anything those guys do. Septic Falcon just did a video showcasing Vane.
Marauders, bro. Marauders. I have not been excited about a game in a long time, but I'm excited for Marauders. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't. The one that's got me excited is Road to Vostok.
So to me, Road to Vostok looks like an EFT clone, but Marauders is like EFT/DayZ/Star Citizen. Check it out the first chance you get, because I'm telling you, that game, if it gets the love it needs, and the funding can match the ambition, and they don't end up being like Dirt Matter or Star Citizen, then I think Marauders could be great.
Yeah.
And I mean, as far as alpha games, I've sworn them off, but I think that one has a lot of potential. First chance you get, check it out, please.
What would you like to see added to DayZ? Now, while you answer that question, I'm just going to go pee and grab a drink.
Oh, man. I don't know. All right, guys, I took over Boydie's chat. This is my chat now. Everyone donate me money or I'm going to kill this kitten I just found in the trash can. Just kidding. All right, what would I like to see in DayZ? This is always... Try to make this not awkward. Okay. I would like to see oil filter suppressors that you can find on cars. A lot of this stuff we've made into mods. I would like to see slam fire shotguns that you can make out of 2 pipes. I would like... Actually, I have a Google Docs file of this. Hang on. I'll pull it up while Boydie's gone. Peeing. Stand by. This is now the Archie StormCloud podcast. That's not it. Hang on. That's Pornhub. Hang on. Here we go. Here's another good one. Medicinal plants. Why do we not have those? They could work like mushrooms. They just grow based on characters, players in the area. Uh, bear traps that you could set out and they caught wolves, kind of like the snares. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, there's in the files. There's this improvised explosive. It's been in there for like 10 years, and it's the fuel canisters for the gas stoves and a flare. But I guess they can't figure out how the duct tape part gets there. But you can use your imagination. I'd like to see those in. Um, wild dog attacks. Another one. Like the wolves that attack you. I can't see chat, by the way, so I don't know if you guys like this or not. All right, probably just like saying, I wish this guy would get naked already. So, like, you get attacked by wolves out in the woods. What if you got attacked by like German shepherds or whatever kind of fucking dogs they have in the Czech Republic in the cities, like in the urban areas and stuff, like one off dog, right? Or there would be packets of dogs in the apocalypse, right? Improvised anti personnel traps, like those little holes you can dig and put those little spiky things in them, like the Viet Cong used to do. You step on it, breaks your leg. Tripwires, put the sawn off shotgun on them.
We need more booby traps. We need
we do,
booby
man.
traps.
Like all the sawn off guns, I have a theory. They're sawing them all off. Why the fuck isn't the lever action sawed off yet? Make us a Marileg. Are you guys just saving the best for last? Anyway, I got a theory that we're going to be able to attach those to tripwires, but I don't know. Improvised animal traps. I have those. I have a mod of that we made. A lot of these, like I said, I made into mods just to test them. It's like the deadfall stick trap I have, and the fish trap basket.
Even apparently in the files, there's the sound effect for electrifying barbed wire.
Yeah, that's on my list too. Yeah. I have a whole list of things I want because I'm making them into mods because I want to like, because this is what Bohemia is doing. They're taking the best, most popular mods and making them vanilla, right? I mean, most games do this now. Improvised animal traps, we got that one. Ambulance spawns, okay. I think there should be ambulance, maybe fire trucks.
More dynamic spawns, yes.
Yeah, dynamic ambulance and fire trucks, because ambulance spawns around the map that had medical shit would be awesome. There's that iron brew. I don't like that shit. You like that shit?
Yeah, I do.
I don't like it, man. I guess Americans, we like a lot of flavor. You know? It doesn't feel like my teeth are going to fall out of my head when I drink it. Bows, of course. That's on there.
So you're a Mountain Dew Code Red man, are you? I
don't drink. The only soda I drink is this.
Oh.
Come on, bro. This shit is amazing. You're insane.
I tried Dr. Pepper and it's nasty. Is that just creaming soda, not the normal Dr. Pepper?
It's cream soda. Dr. Pepper's so good. Anyway, I only drink. I was only drinking one soda a week, but I fell off the wagon. Check this out. Stone base walls. Okay, base building needs to be updated.
Mate, there are piles, not even just stone, but there are piles of bricks all throughout the map. Why can't we harvest them?
Well, I was thinking like you need a reason other than building a flagpole to harvest boulders, right? Now you can sharpen a rock on them and make it a knife. So they're making us. They're keeping to their promise of letting us interact with the environment more.
What's the only other thing? You can make stone knife, and you can make a fireplace.
And you can make a fire pit, a stone oven. That's pretty much it. So I was thinking, you mine a bunch of fucking stone, right? Then you can make a stone rock wall, but only on the ground level, right?
Yeah.
And then you can build your wood fence on top of that. Because I mean, in the apocalypse, you got to use what you got, and that would be totally acceptable. And then imagine how many. Then the fucking 12 grenades per wall thing would make sense. Because right now, 12 fucking grenades to blow down a wall is ridiculous. You know, I get it. There's squads at Power Game that are 15, 20 people deep, and they just run the map and farm all the explosives. But we've been farming all week, and we have like 12 grenades. That's enough for one wall, you know? And there's no gate limit on the server we play on. So if you got 14 gates with code locks, we're never getting in your base.
Okay, you know? You're on a topic that I want to expand with you because you're one of the few DayZ content creators who actively streams bases. You hear, it's one of the things that pisses me off. It really pisses me off. These And I'm an elitist myself at times, and I've been pulled into line. I still remember famously when Uncle Ray pulled me into line with his little board that he brought out and fucking Daisy elitist, fucking Daisy elitist, and carrying on like
I
he
missed
was.
that, dude. I would have to see that. I love it.
Oh
He
God,
cracks me the fuck up, bro.
it was hilarious. But
Mommy, mommy, no.
these people who say base building ruined Daisy,
They're stupid.
yeah,
You're stupid. You're fucking dumb. It's an entirely new dynamic. It changed the game.
there are
You just
servers
don't.
out there where you can go and play with no base building if you want. But
There's too many of them.
And I do agree there are some issues that, you know, on a lot of those servers, you'll find everyone just sitting inside their bases.
Okay, so stop right there. Let me stop you right there. That's how they want to play.
Yeah.
That's how they want to play.
Yeah.
If I sat here and bitched about people staying on the fucking coast and running up and milking content out of people that had no idea they were on a stream, you'd be like, oh, well, that's how I want to do it. Okay, that's how they want to play. They want to sit in their fucking dumbass base and make sure nobody steals their shit. Okay? What's the fucking problem? Because they're not out where you can exploit them for views? Trust me, I love trolling people too. I hate it when I run around for hours and don't see anybody. So I just go to their base. I know where to build the best base. I know where everybody builds bases. People aren't that fucking organic. They come up with this. They all do the same shit and think they're slick.
Prestige, who's in chat, he's got a video on his channel. He did a video from an event I did late last year where I built one of the biggest bases on Banov server, a fucking great map. I love Banov. It's just, I love the sides of it. I love the sides.
Let's
of the
run
city.
on it, dude. I haven't played it yet. Let's run on it.
It's fucking awesome. I haven't finished it yet either, and he's still working on it, but we'll have to work that out later. But yeah, we're out one day on the Banov server, on the Daisy Down Under server, my favorite server, and we were looking for parts for a vehicle. And I'd had this plan in my head that I'd been discussing with people that we're going to do something so over the top, so ostentatious, and we're going to fucking stream it. I streamed that shit live. You know, people could have been stream sniping. I didn't fucking care because all we wanted to do was create a moment that hopefully people would remember. It turned into a bit of a shit fight. You know, people were toxic and all the rest of it, but that's by the by. But the video, it deserves a shitload more views. Prestige, please share the link to the video. But he had the full story from when we were just running around and we came across. There's two big clock towers in Banov. One up in the northwest and one in the kind of middle-ish lower southeastern quadrant. And it was like, there can be only one. We are raiding this tower. There could be only one clock tower base in this. We didn't know nothing about the group, nothing at all. And I went and I reached out to a bunch of other people. So there was about 20 of us in this raiding group. We had 2 trucks, 4 cars. We all met up at my base up in the northwest, and we drove all the way across the map, right through the middle of the biggest city, all live on stream. And oh my fucking God, it was just an absolute shit fight. People were getting sniped. The convoy got separated, but man, it was the most amazing fucking, one of my best all-time Daisy experiences. I got killed.
Sounds like every military op ever.
But I got killed just jumping out of a vehicle when it hadn't stopped. And it was absolute chaos. We had a truck just completely disappear. It just glitched out of the fucking matrix. We don't know whether it got stolen or what, but 1 minute it was there, the next minute it was gone. People are saying, I'm going, where's the truck? And everyone's going, it's out right at the front of the base body. I'm like, there's no fucking truck here. What are you talking about? They said it was just there a second ago. It was just.
There's been a huge problem with rendering vehicles and people inside vehicles. Apparently, I got fucked over the other day because of that on the stream.
But it just made for such a great moment, and I get that it's kind of boring, and you know, for some streamers, it's not going to work, but it can work, and they should all experiment with it. Like, I wonder how many times some of these the biggest streamers, none of the big streamers really seem to do it. I wonder how much they actually know about bases. You know, for the most part, they're all fairly negative about it. Bases are ruining it. Everyone sits in their bases.
Because they bandwagon, bro. Everybody bandwagons, bro. That's just think for your fucking self, dude. That's like That's like people saying Nickelback's a shitty band. Bro, the song Rockstar is the shit. I don't care who you are. You know who sucks? Pearl Jam. Okay? Everybody loves Pearl Jam. They're trash. Everybody bandwagons. No one thinks for themselves. All right? When one fucking streamer says, I don't like bases, it ruins the game. Why? Just because I feel that way. Okay. Then 19 other people, streamers, start saying it. Then all their communities start saying it. Then DayZ's devs are going to say, well, it's not in high priority that we fix bases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't like them because look, if if your sole goal on your stream is to go find someone and milk content out of them, sure, you hate bases. Not me. I like raiding them. I like stealing people's
Yep.
shit. You
I
know,
love
I
building
don't
them.
want to.
I love building
Yeah.
them.
Now people aren't going to watch you. Some people will watch paint dry, but I mean, people want to watch you base raid. People want to see how you build bases too. I'll correct myself on that. I have people who say, "Oh, I think it was really entertaining watching you build that base the other day." I've never seen people honeycomb walls like that. I've never seen people use just the posts and not put an actual wall up. Just use the logs as a blockade. You know, and people want to see the shit, but to sit and shit on a mechanic and a way people play just because it doesn't help you get content, that's stupid to me, bro. That's honestly, it's short, it's myopic, and it's honestly really selfish, because there's streamers like me who like the base raid. I think it's a sick ass mechanic, but it takes preparation.
Yes.
And you have to go and farm the supplies to do it. Look at fucking Rust, bro. The whole game is based around base raiding now, and that's what DayZ is gonna be, whether you like it or not. So if they I don't know. And plus, it doesn't keep people out of their bases anyway. They still go bury shit in the woods or make shelters, and then when they die, they run and get gear from it, and they go right back into the fight. If the people that want to sit around in their base all day, they're just going to do it on a different server. Just because you don't have them in yours, you know, it doesn't change anything. So, and I'm sorry, I'm so fucking hostile about it. I hear that all the
No,
time, man.
I'm exactly the same way, mate. I just got I don't know why it's not letting you post links prestige. I'll have to fix that. But this is the video here, folks. It's a massive video. Even my mate Vigilante Gamer, who I fucking, you know how much I love Vig, man.
Love that guy.
I work that guy into almost every conversation I can.
Yeah, I'm a Patreon supporter. I'm a patron of Vigilante Gamer. Go support him. Go support him. He's awesome.
He's got his second channel is fucking epic as well, where he breaks down actual real life fights and stuff like that. He's got a new video coming soon too. He sends them to me to give him feedback on before he calls me his unofficial manager. Because I give him
editor
advice
for sure. Yeah.
But
I gotta get comfy here.
Yeah, this video was just, it was awesome. It was awesome. Absolutely a phenomenal event, and it can be so much fun. It's kind of boring, but don't ever let that stop you from trying it. It's hard. There's extra precautions you have to take. You have to be aware that if you're streaming it, some little shit cunt is going to use what they learn from the stream to their advantage. I've had raids before where they took an exact path through to my vault where I had all the good stuff.
I get them banned. I'm shameless about it. If you try to ruin my content, you're not just hurting me, you're hurting all my viewers that are looking forward to that outcome, and you're not gaining anything from it. And so since I can't reach out and rip your fucking jaw off your head in real life, I'm gonna have the admins just kick you off the server, since you want to be a little shit. And I don't understand the mentality behind that, but get them banned. Like, stay on a server that has active admins and get them fucking banned. End of the day, period. I had to get one banned today. So.
Looks like my stream bot has completely shit itself.
Yeah, I've not had any luck the last week out of them either. There's something going on.
But yeah, no, give it a try, folks. Give it a try. It's fun. It's different to just running around killing everyone or interacting and funny moments and all the rest of it. But it's a whole different part of DayZ. I like to play on all types of servers. I like to play on servers with no bases. My obvious preference is bases and more PvE hardcore style. But don't ever let that stop you from trying stuff outside your comfort zone. Like yesterday, I was trying to find a high pop Namol server. I had no fucking luck trying to find one. But yeah, you've got to mix it up. When you get bored with DayZ, the thing you need to remember is there's so many different ways to play it, isn't there, Archie?
Exactly, dude. Yes. I mean, that's me, dude. My first 1,000 hours, I know people that sit in my stream hear this story all the time. My first 1,000 hours, I lived in the woods. I would hear gunshots and run the other fucking way. I was terrified.
Yep.
And I would, you couldn't build bases, so I would make walls out of tents, those big millie tents. And I would, grow food and collect water in a barrel. And I like was doing the survival simulation. And then one day I just heard gunshots and ran down and got in a fight and won. And the fucking the cortisol in my blood from the adrenaline was insane. It was like I was high. And after that, I switched my play style up because I was bored with the living off the land shit. So PvP'd for a couple 1,000 hours. Now PvP is boring because I know all the tricks and all the ways to play the game. And I mean, 50% of PvP is luck anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, just switch your style up. You're exactly right.
So
You can even on the stream, like tomorrow we're gonna start farming. What was it? I don't know if Ray's is still in chat. Tomorrow it's what the hell are we farming? I don't remember. Gas mask filters because we're gonna go
Yep.
trade with another faction. They're gonna give us base information for gas mask filters because dude, they have this sick ass base. Okay, they built this shit on top of Riffy, so you got to go through the gas, but the gas doesn't go all the way up. So their base is on top of Riffy. It's fucking sick. So anyway, we're gonna take them some gas mask filters tomorrow, and then we're gonna we're gonna make an alliance with them. That's the kind of shit you could be doing on DayZ if you get off those servers with no bases where you just run into streamers all the time, and you get to be on their Twitch and hear your voice. That's you could actually be out there having some awesome fucking experiences.
Yep.
That
Mix it up, try different stuff.
I love
Don't
it.
just keep on going in and doing the same thing. You'll get bored. You'll get bored and
Yeah.
you'll end up frustrated and potentially even hating the game. You know, I remember, Archie, it was you. Your Red Trail challenge.
Yeah, the Gauntlet of Grief.
Yep.
I just want I had a server on Livonia, Winter Livonia, because Livonia is a hard map. Winter Livonia is deadly, bro. So, and I'm all about the hardcore experience. We're gonna launch another server, me and Moby D. I think we're talking about it today. It's just gonna be we're just gonna call it Brutal Core. I think it's gonna be a hardcore, an actual hardcore fucking server. But yeah, you just run the red trail. It circumnavigate Livonia. It starts at what is it, Balaya, the B town right up in the middle. I can't remember. Brenna starts
Yep.
at Brenna and goes all the way around to Polana gas station, all the way out west and up through and all the way back. And it's if you can make it, my record's like 8 hours. Watch out for bears and wolves. They'll deliver food to you, the wolves, Uber Meats. But it's a hard challenge. You get bored and you just make new challenges. But that's just a content creator thing too, man, because we got to
Yeah.
constantly come up with shit. I gave up on that. I just play the
Well,
game.
one of the best ones I ever saw was the Running Man's challenge, where he can only survive, barring a couple of exceptions for items, off of things he gets off of infected or other players he kills along the way.
I love those. I love
Yeah.
when he does that shit.
Yep.
And Bean does one where she's a vegetarian, the vegan challenge. I think that was her, but she can only eat vegetables.
Yep.
And she was so bro. She's adorable when she gets frustrated. But it was so fucking funny, man. Just watching her like, I can't find a courgette anywhere. It's a zucchini, by the way. I found that out. It was those are great, man. You got to mix it up.
Yeah.
If you're getting bored with DayZ, something's wrong, man. Like I said though, it spoiled me. I get bored with other games now because they're not DayZ. So
You ever going to come back on the podcast, mate?
I was not invited back on the podcast, man. Just to be completely honest with you, they reached out once. I said, hit me up. I didn't get a response. I felt like they didn't want me on there. Honestly, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not trying to be a crybaby or nothing. So I was like, okay, because me and originally Lad and I were like, my biggest issue is Saturdays I hang out with my motorcycle club. So Friday would be best. So we decided to move it to Friday. And then I just as far as I know, I never heard anything back unless I just missed a message or something. But I mean, I love the DayZ podcast platform. I feel like some people might not like me, so they might not want to watch. I hope I don't hurt it. I hope I help it more than I hurt it. But I'd love to go back on it if they want me to. People come in my chat constantly. Are you going back to the podcast? You going back to the podcast? It needs you. I say, sure, man. If they want me
I'll
to,
have a
I'd
chat
love
with
to.
Lad and find out what happened there. But the last I understood was they did want you to get back on. But I think maybe a miscommunication or whatever. But yeah,
It definitely needs an injection of levity, because Lad is trying to be. I'm just gonna me. I'm not gonna lie. They're my friends. Both of them are my friends. So I'm gonna tell the truth. He's running the show. You were excellent. You had like a gift. Keep it going. Segues. When someone's not talking, you would be making a point, and then you would say their name at the end to engage them. It was amazing. It's like you went to broadcasting school. I know I'm kissing your ass a lot. I'm just being honest.
That's actually a technique I picked up from watching of all things, I don't watch him anymore because he's just gone fucking full retard, but watching an Australian Sky News commentator by the name of Paul Murray.
I like Sky News.
And he he's wacky as fuck now, but he had a great knack, and I picked up on it. He would let someone talk. They would say their thing, then he would give his opinion and then turn it into a question that he would then redirect to the next person. And it was something I always tried to do, was to make sure
you were good at it.
Everyone was being, especially the guest. It's very important you get the guest.
I think the thing about the guest though that hurt it, I know this is a spotlight, but I'm just talking to Boydie now. Feel free to listen if you want, chat. I think a thing that hurt it was a lot of times the guests weren't very engaged. It was like they were just sitting there, just like with nothing going on. So I was like, we have the guest around while we discuss the topics and then get their opinion. Every fucking podcast does that. Comedy podcasts bring a comedian on, then they talk about current events and get the comedian's opinion. You know what I mean? You could say those aren't comedy podcasts; those are comedian podcasts. It's the same stupid logic people try to apply, but it was really good. It still is. It was a really good execution of a really good objective. Honestly, I was really proud of. Very, very, very proud of it. So, but yeah, you did an exceptional job with the engagement. I loved it. But they definitely need that, because right now Lad's trying to do. I can see it when I watch it. He tries to throw the comedy in there, and he tries to stay on track, and he tries to segue. And maybe that was an unfair assessment because Dump Growl wasn't on that day, but I think he definitely has the personality for it. But I think he's trying to wear too many hats simultaneously. I just hope he doesn't get overwhelmed.
It's experience, mate. I think he's getting better and better every episode, and I'm loving the direction, because I've said it a few times, and I like to always remind people there's primarily two reasons why I retired from the podcast. One was it was very demanding. The time was very fucking early for me. And as you guys would remember, there were a number of times I slept in. 6 a.m. was the time it started for me here in Australia. So effectively, I had to be up roughly 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning to make sure I had everything ready to go, everything switched on, checks and all the rest of it done. So what that would do was, usually on the weekend, my missus works full time. She likes to stay up late on the weekends, which is her right. And I like to stay up with her. It's not fair of me to go to bed and leave her sitting outside with the dogs by herself. So I would stay up, and then, I'd get 2, 3, 4 hours sleep in, or get up, and then I was fucked for the rest of Sunday. I'm an old fat cunt now. It kind of ruined my day. So that was one of the reasons. The other one was I'm a distraction from what the Daisy podcast was meant to be. I take pride when people say they miss me on the show, but I'm here doing this, and you're still getting the Boydie that you all love from the podcast. But I want the podcast, I want 87.8 to be somewhere that everyone is welcome. I know there's a lot of people who can't fucking stand me, wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. And that's your right, that's your opinion. What did I say about opinions before? But I think I was a distraction from the show and what we were trying to achieve. And I think the current team, Lad and Dump Grub, with their modding and PC knowledge, Project Lemons is the best person, better than you, Archie, I'm sorry, but the best person we've ever added to the team, because he's really expanded the knowledge base of the show with his understanding of console, the connections. The guy is just, he's an up-and-comer. He's basically the Inclement Dab / Arkansas / Mario of console.
Why did you feel like you were a distraction? What do you mean by that?
Because
I
it's
don't
me.
understand.
There are people. Yeah, like I said, I've got people who block
Oh,
me.
you think
They
people,
want
dude? I
nothing
was
to
the
do
same
with.
way though, bro. I was the same way. There were people that would come in there and like say, "Isn't remember that time the guy was like, isn't he the one who got banned for view botting?" You don't get banned for view botting on Twitch. If you did, nobody would be streaming anymore.
Yeah,
But like, I felt like I brought it down. I felt it brought like me being there brought like an air of toxicity. Like when I would say shit and then everybody would groan and you would be laughing your ass off. I felt like, oh, I just overstepped, you know. I felt the same way, and then sometimes I felt like, because I would when I could tell when it was starting to get, because no one wants to hear about a Daisy mod for 30 minutes. No one does. I don't, and I love Daisy mods. So I would like throw jokes in there,
yeah.
you know. But like I don't know, man. Sometimes I felt that I was taken away from the podcast too by just being the shithead that I am and the amount of people that hate me. I don't know why anyone would hate you though, to be honest, bro. Like you just literally say what people don't want to hear, you know? But it's what everybody's thinking anyway. So what the
I am blocked by so many fucking people, mate. It's fucking
fuck them, bro.
yeah.
Imagine a block button in real life. I don't like this guy's opinion. I don't want to hear that. Like, yeah, there was no way I would take the time to block someone for something they said.
Yeah,
Just doesn't make sense. That's such a juvenile mindset.
yeah, yeah. But we're going to be upset. This is going to be probably one of the most commented on spotlights I think I've done. There's going to be a lot of very upset people with some of the things we've
Fuck
said.
them,
But
dude. Fuck them.
exactly.
Come on my YouTube so I can delete your comments, you whiny bitch. You know? Fuck you, bro.
And that
Or
wasn't
please come.
that wasn't a sexist comment. That was just calling a male could be a bitch as well.
Yeah, I know plenty of them. A lot of them stream. You can come to my Discord. We'll have a debate and chat. I can make you feel stupid, or you can make me feel stupid. I'm all about healthy conversation, bro. I'm
Yeah,
the first person to admit I'm wrong when I'm wrong.
yeah,
You know, I'm not the guy that when you prove me wrong, I ignore you or I keep going. I'm gonna be like, thank you. Now I won't look stupid. This is how we learn. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'm tired of the people trying to be, sycophantic to people online so that they don't look like bad. I don't want to look like a bad person. It's like, fuck that, bro. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be true to myself.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
plenty of. I could sit and watch people who I know are fucking lying on Twitter. I could sit and watch them lie, like the whole debate about lurkers. You know, lurkers are the backbone of, and then because the guy said, "Oh, lurkers don't add anything to this of value to the stream." They really don't. You know,
no,
they don't. They're not there to add value to the stream as a viewer, but they don't add value to the stream as a lurker. The people who comment do. They give the streamer something that they can riff off of. I like it when my chat's engaged and we can have a conversation. Lurkers don't add anything to the stream. I mean, what do they add besides a view count? That's how you know the people who were complaining about that comment, and it was a huge deal on Twitter for like 3 days. The people who are complaining are the people who care about their viewer counts, if that makes sense. So I don't know. That's why I commented on it. I could have sat there and just let them keep going, but speak my mind, they get blocked.
now I want to show something because we've mentioned view botting a few times, and I think this is a great episode to do it in. So give me a sec.
I gotta get my attorney for this one.
Dot fi / this. Okay, well, I'm going to be showing you guys something from I learned from Marks. If he's watching, he's going to fucking hate me for sharing this guy. But I am a big fan of a YouTuber by the name of Devin Nash. Devin Nash runs a marketing agency that is all around Twitch and YouTube. He does deals with YouTube, does deals with Twitch. I think even Amaranth is one of the clients he manages. So the guy knows his shit. And he does videos talking about basically the industry and how it works. And he's got a video called How Legal View Bots Are Dominating Twitch. Now, I've got the link for it, and I will share that with everyone. if you are interested in this. And I highly recommend you watch it because he explains it in a lot more detail than I can. But effectively, there is a way that you can see if someone is view botting.
There's all kinds of ways.
Yeah. And
People
this
just
is
don't want to admit it.
this is how he does it. So if I share this. So this little website up here, t.3v.fi/chatters/?ch equals, and then all you need to do is put in the channel name. Now that is me live right now. If we go back here and we go to
this, I love this. Let's do it.
Twitch.
Burn them down.
Channel. Mute it. So there are channel. Mute it. So there are channel saying 6 people watching. Mute it. So there are. So why is it saying 6 people watching? 11, 13. So why is it saying?
Because half of those are bots. Half of those are Twitch bots.
11, 13. So why is it saying?
Because half of those are bots. Half of those are Twitch bots.
11. Ah, there we go. See there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And you can see it there. Now, you can do anyone that you want. Like Amish said, he's streaming right now. So let's have a look at him. He's saying he's got 775 people viewing. And no, I'm not saying that Amish does it, but there you go. So 618 are actually watching. Now, there is always going to be a variation from the actual numbers, and that is completely and utterly normal. Basically, what you are looking for is anything where the amount of actual viewers that this website that's on the screen now gives you is less than 80% of what Twitch is saying is watching. So if we just bring
it's different for every game. It's different for every game.
Yeah.
Every game. So it depends on how many people are watching. So if the top row on Twitch, it's five, right? 5 across. So the top 5 people, you look at the number 1 person in the second row. All you got to do is view bot more views than that person's getting, and then you're in the top row. And everyone who comes in there is going to click off that top row. That's just how people are. And their mind is going to say, hey, this has already been sorted. It's already been filtered. I'm going to pick this because they're the cream of the crop. And they're not. They're cheating. So then they click one of those, and those views naturally grow. So if you view bot on DayZ for 100, you're going to sit up around 500, 600 all the time because the people that are coming in to watch it are clicking that because you're on the top row. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't. I'd have to show you in real time.
So you can see there, it's 80%. So totally, completely normal, folks. That is a normal, healthy one. I've checked people before, and they're less than 50%.
Oh,
so
dude,
there's something wrong there. There is something wrong. They're either paying for view bots or, there is ways it can happen, embeds in websites and that. And that's why I encourage you to watch the full video. But
yeah, also
healthy. And
sorry, that doesn't prove anything though, bro. Because that just says that there's Twitch accounts sitting in their chat. Those Twitch accounts could be bot accounts too.
Oh yeah, they could be, but Amish is. I picked Amish because he's a good guy.
I'm not saying Amish is doing it. I'm not going to outright accuse anyone without evidence, right? And I hate that I'm the fucking guy who calls out view botters.
Look, I picked Amish because I didn't want to pick someone that I know is suspicious.
Right. No,
Amish is a completely normal guy. But
right, that's just a way to kind of give you an idea. But also, dude, there's such sophisticated bots now, and it's so cheap.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna make your money back, bro. If you bought 100 viewers, it's like $10. You stream $10 one stream, 100 viewers in DayZ. You're gonna sit around 300, 400 viewers on DayZ, right? Now, if you give people that are in the DayZ community know who the fuck is this random guy with 400 viewers that doesn't have partners?
Yeah.
All you got to do is go in your block words list and put bots, view bots, ban all these words so they can't type it in there. Put it on subscriber only mode so they can't chat. No one's going to expose you. You're going to make that $10 back in 30 minutes because you're going to get subs, donations, tips, whatever the fuck. And so it's so cheap. That's how they're doing it, you know. And Twitch won't do anything about it because
110% legit. I want to. So
no, I'm
need,
not saying
I,
yeah, no,
I,
I'm not.
I need to double triple down.
Yeah,
I picked
that's
Amish
the reason
because
he
I know
picked
he's
Amish.
legit.
Yeah,
I know he's a top fucking bloke.
Yeah,
and he's God,
I'm
he's a
saying,
funny bugger.
yeah.
God, he's funny as well.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that either. I know that's why you picked him. I just think it's funny because Twitch said at least half of the viewers, half of the accounts on their platform, at least half are bot accounts. And when they said, "Well, why don't you ban them?" they came up with a bunch of bullshit answers. The answer is if they can, because they're what do you call it? Inflating their viewer accounts for advertisement revenue. Sorry. Because every
YouTube
viewer
has the same sort of issues, guys. Like we've been
it's hard
blessed
to,
tonight so far. We haven't had any of those fucking spam bots coming in here posting dodgy links and that. But YouTube's got some bad issues. But I don't know how you can check it on YouTube. But YouTube, if you have your doubts, there's a simple way that you can check. What you do with that is up to you. But yeah,
it's kind of crazy, bro. Because when I found it out, it was like when I found out about view botting, it like broke my heart, dude. Not to be deep about it, but like my favorite streamer at the time was botting like a motherfucker, and I was like, wow, okay, that explains why the chat's dead.
Yeah,
and
you go in there and you see these insane numbers, and the chat is just fucking dead. Yes, there's lurkers, but we all know how a chat generally.
When you have 700 viewers and 10 people are talking, dude, it's so fucking obvious. And then that's the people who whine about lurkers all the time, are the people that are botting. I'm sorry, but it is, man. That's the hill I'm going to die on. You know, I'll do an entire live stream where I'm just busting them. I'll bust them live on stream. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. You know, because a lot of these people, man, whether they're cheating or not, it's a marketing strategy for their stream. And a lot of these people, the same people, do it for a living. And you're taking food out of their kids' mouths and shit when you expose them.
Yeah.
And it probably wouldn't even make a fucking difference anyway. You know, if you told me Dr. Disrespect viewbotted, I'd still watch him. You know,
kind of, you see, I remember a while back there, there was the big uproar about scripted videos and all the rest of it. Guys, there's more serious issues you need to be fucking worried about than whether someone declares that they scripted a video or not. I don't care as long as I'm entertained. That's my personal viewpoint on it. Best practice, you should probably declare it. Even if it's just a declaration in the video description, but I don't care. As long as you make an entertaining video, I'll be happy.
I haven't seen staged content. I mean, sometimes you can tell some of the stuff is staged, right? The guys all shoot over the streamer's head and shit, but I haven't seen like blatantly staged content since Frankie shit back in the day, but I don't think he made any kind of efforts to hide that.
There's a couple of people who still do it now.
Really?
I can't remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to say anyone's name in case I'm wrong, but it was a big issue last year. There was a lot of stink eye being cast at certain people.
I remember that.
And we talked about it on the podcast. Guys, it's so fucking hard. It's not easy to script a video. You've got to come up with
It's not easy to get content,
story.
period, bro.
No, either way, it's fucking hard work.
Yeah, especially when you got stream snipers and hackers, and you finally meet a guy you're getting content out of, and the server crashes and he doesn't log back in. Like,
yep.
It's a nightmare, man. So I would honestly, it's like seeing behind the curtain, The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It just kind of pulls the rug out from under you when you realize, oh, that's why I can't get interactions like that. They're fake. It's still quality content, though. I just don't watch DayZ content. I'm not gonna lie. I watch JLK. I'm a huge fan of Josh's.
Yeah.
And
he's got the perfect combination of live action and then these reproduced scenes. I fucking love it. Like Bundy does. Bundy does the same sort of thing. Those two guys are, they're at the pinnacle of DayZ content creation for me. Bundy just put out a new video. Too. I was so fucking happy.
Yeah.
But
you ever watch Baba?
Yeah, yep. He's an Aussie.
Yeah, he's good.
Yep.
Yeah. He sounds like Ben Fruit if Ben Fruit was calm. Yeah.
But I love these guys who are putting in, and there's a reason why JLK in particular is killing it, because He's quality over quantity. He's
consistently.
yeah. He's just
Yeah.
pumping out these, well, not pumping out, but he puts out the most amazingly edited. He's got a great voice for telling a story as well. His ability to reproduce scenes to enhance the story. It's just, mwah.
Everything pacing. It's all about pacing.
Yep.
That's the reason I don't like some. I don't enjoy some content from some content creators because the pacing's off. And plus, I've done everything there is to do on Daisy, so stuff just doesn't entertain me. Bean, Kill Beans, I know I toot her horn a lot. She's putting out some great content lately too.
Yep.
On par with JLK, I think. But I've been saying it for a long time. JLK is the Frankie on PC now. You know, I was saying that, people were yelling at me a year ago. I don't care. Like he's so the bar has been raised so high. It was laying on the fucking floor when JLK got there, you know, and he's raised it so high. So
Yep. Bundy and his heterosexual life partner Alan are my cannibal kings. Yeah. I was so sad when Alan got COVID and couldn't be there for the last part of the video he just pumped out. So yeah. No.
You had Bundy on, right? On the podcast?
Yeah, but I've done a spotlight on Bundy many years ago, and we also had him as a guest twice. The second time I was trash talking him. I was trashing him on the stream, and he just happened to be listening, and he jumped into the channel. One of the funniest.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that was it. I remember gut laughing at that shit. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
Are you talking shit?
Yeah, you talking shit. Yeah.
And his missus is just an absolute legend as well, Match. If you need emotes, hit her up on Twitter. She's fucking god tier. She also makes these awesome little keycaps.
That's where you guys are getting those.
Yeah.
I got to get some of those.
Yeah. And I'll pull it off. This is the other one.
Oh, yeah, it's a little satchel.
Little water
bottle. Smirch. Oh, it's a canteen.
Yeah.
I see it now. Yeah.
Yep.
I like the way you say water bottle.
What's going to happen if I press escape right now?
Only one way to find out, bro.
It didn't do nothing. It didn't log me out. Oh, it's fuck, the stream's ended. But yeah.
Did the stream end?
Archie, mate, we've been going for over 2 hours now, mate. I just want to say,
hey,
please don't change. Please put those videos back up. Don't think you need to be something you're not. You've gotten to 19,000 fucking subscribers on YouTube by being you. I can't wait for your next guide. I want to give you an idea for one. Tracking in DayZ. Now,
Bobo just did one.
No, he did not do everything. He did not do everything.
I know.
Tracking is so. If you're an experienced DayZ player, there are so many ways that you can know that someone is around. From infected, from seeing deer running, the animal behavior. But some of my favorite ones are where items spawn. You know, the more experienced you get, the more you know where items naturally spawn. And when you go into a room, you know, the gut feel, you go, there's something not right about this room. There's something not right.
Yeah, that shotgun's nuts. But I was just did that on stream a couple of days ago. It's funny you said that, because I was kind of badgering the people who come on my videos and say, I can't find food. And I get on there and make fun of them because I find food in fucking 10 minutes. I'm like, stop bitching and go look for it. But then I realized, like, incongruities that stick out, right? Like, I go in this barn, the barn that has the two lofts on either side.
Yeah.
I go in there, and behind the hay bale there was a shotgun, and I was like, that's not a spawn point.
But
my chat was like,
the counterpoint as well that you need to make sure you cover in the video is this isn't just knowledge for you to know about how you can track someone, but also how you can cover your tracks. Now, if you're going to change a clothing item, yes, you've got the bug where sometimes when you just drag an item on, you know, if you drag it and switch the items over, sometimes if you haven't taken all the items out of your clothing, that clothing item can mysteriously disappear and you've just lost your MP5 or something like that.
Always goes on the roof.
But if you, instead of dropping a gun on the ground, if you drag and swap them over, it'll actually replace the item that spawned in with the item you want to get rid of. So it's less likely someone's going to go in and go, oh, maybe you need to be careful if you drop a pair of work pants in a barracks at fucking at Tizzy. People can go, yeah, that doesn't spawn in here. Someone swapped over.
Oh, dude,
But
I've tried. Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of like it would be hard to articulate into a guide. I think is the problem because the way Wobo did it was pretty good. I'm sure he had a fucking hell of a time articulating it as well, but he did a good job.
fuck,
Uh, the
he's
the
just a
the
blessing.
mushrooms, the mushrooms thing, we've been talking about that for years. You
Yeah,
know, though he went into the detail that I try to tell people, and I'm
yep,
glad that he did it because now I don't have to argue with him because people refuse to open the XML and look at the game files.
yeah,
They fucking dry or rot in like 15 minutes. That's how you know how long it's been since someone's been there, you know?
hmm
And I use that to track people all the time. We killed the guy like day before yesterday because we saw on the dirt. Also, there's spawn on trails, train tracks, and on
yep,
dirt roads. Wobo missed that part. I'm
yeah.
sure he
He also
did.
didn't mention
But
about the chicken spawning in dynamically as well.
yeah, chickens and also what was the other thing? Can't remember right offhand. There's one more thing, but also you got to think he's probably saving that for another guy down the road because he
Yeah,
does it for a living.
yep,
So he's partitioning things out so that he can make content in the future. That's what I did. I mean, I just finished my trapping guide, and everybody was like, "Are you putting tripwires on there?" I was like, "No, there's enough content there for another 5 minute video.
yeah,
Why would I put tripwires in with fucking fish nets, fish traps?"
hmm
But I mean, you just kind of, and plus people want to see one guide on one thing. He does it great. He does it perfectly.
yeah.
But yeah, I would just be kind of hard to articulate. Somebody was telling me in chat today, you should make a how to raid bases guide, like how
Again,
the
that's a
best way
hard
to
one.
raid bases. And it's like, how would I even, or how to build an unraidable base. I could show you how to build the best fucking base possible. It's going to get raided by a determined guy, and then you're going to come and bitch at me in my video comments. So
Yeah. Keep on being you, mate. Don't ever change. I love you so much for the person you are. We get along famously, so that obviously, we've got very similar views on a lot of things in life. But
you
just
want to talk
keep.
about abortion before I go, or beep? I'm dead. Beep.
Abortion is
No.
healthcare. Abortion is healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is nobody asked me if I wanted to keep my foreskin or not. Okay, can I have it back, please? I my body,
My
my
choice.
foreskin. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
mate,
much love,
it's
dude.
been a pleasure. I hope we can, see you coming back onto the podcast. You brought an energy to the show that I definitely appreciated, mate. You helped me unleash my inner Boydie, which
Yeah,
isn't
man.
as rude as it sounds, folks. But yeah,
I love it, man. I love hanging out.
yeah,
I miss you when I'm not around, man. I mean that.
guys.
And we have. Go ahead, my bad.
Make sure you check out Archie. I'll post his links again. That's his Twitter, that's his YouTube, and his Discord. Go check him out. I hope you do bring your Brutal Core server back, mate. I like the term Brutal Core because you see every man and his fucking dog is calling their server hardcore these days.
And they're never hardcore, bro.
No,
They're just vanilla. Sometimes they're not even vanilla.
they're hardcore because every man and his fucking dog is geared with the most OP gun within 5 minutes of fucking spawning in.
I always call them out in the Discord. Why do you call this hardcore? Well, the rain is set to rain more. Like, all right, bro. All right, brother, man. I love you. I want to go eat, and I'll talk to you, man. Thanks for having me on, and everybody on YouTube. Convince Boydie and Twitch to get on TikTok because there's a lot of good Daisy content on there he's missing.
Yeah, but bloody Dumpgra, I think, is managing the TikTok stuff for us. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan.
It's the new YouTube, man. I didn't want to do it either, but now that I'm on it, I'm telling you, there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of discoverability on there. You gotta,
yeah,
you know what I mean. So, but anyway, I'm gonna bounce.
Hydration. They're saying in chat. Hail
hydration, brothers. How to liquid. All right, guys. Sorry, I yelled. Sorry, they got me live, man. Praise be to the holy mackerel, the fountain, and all that he gives.
And I have to say this, mate. You got to do one of two things. You got to get a fucking haircut, or you got to get a sponsorship with Keeps.
What do you mean, dude? I was born with this N64 controller hairline. I swear to God, people don't believe me, dude. I'll put a picture in the Discord. I look like Eddie Munster in first fucking grade, bro. I am Mediterranean. My father is Sicilian. Like this is just this Vegeta hairline comes standard. But yeah, and all StormCloud models come standard. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go eat some fucking jambalaya, man. I love you.
All the best, Archie. Love you too,
Yeah,
brother.
man. See you, bro.